The Gus obviously going to do a good job of keeping Igor Kerim, you know, a little more alive, but there's a spell pierce, all right, sure. Pay for it, I guess.
Easy deal.
Okay, I still have enough mana to pay for the spell pierce. What are you doing, man? I mean, yeah, sure, you get the prowess triggers, but like, what's the plan here? Oh,
there it is.
A mystical dispute as well.
Functional, yeah, functional spell pierce enough to get in for Xaxes.
Settle the wreckage.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh my god! A 100-card historic brawl. Settle the wreckage in hand after I called it.
Riley, here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained here. Seasoned Pyromancer can let you ditch your hand in this case to draw 2 cards, and we need exactly 2. We need Bone Crusher Giant and an untapped red source.
Need the Bone Crusher Giant with Stomp, which stops the 9 lives from preventing damage, and we need the red source to cast the Stomp, Dennis. And wouldn't you know
there it is!
Look at that! I've always maintained, Dennis, I've always maintained that Magic is a very skill-testing game indeed, and Charizard James is showing us just how skill-based this game is, ripping the actual perfect 2 off the top here, and is going to win the game on the spot because of it.
Yo, what's up, Titan Smash? Oh no!
If this was the only way Tybalt's Trickery had ever been used, Riley, I think it would have been balanced the way Wizards intended it.
I think this is actually Magic as R&D intended. Tybalt's Trickery. Getting rid of an eye twitch? Why are you scared of an eye twitch? Now you have to deal with the lolth. What was that?
I'm terrified of an eye twitch, dude. Like, if only it had been something like a lolth, you know?
Raise the alarm. We found their win con. We didn't know what it was, and now we know. I've now found their win con. I don't like it. You fool didn't play around Triple Tithe. Listen. My opponent had Sky Tether main deck and then boarded out of all the bad cards and boarded in good cards like Memory Lapse and Teferi. How am I supposed to win if I know that? Their tempo play of 2 soldiers are going to win them the game. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I can't look. I can't look. Ow. Man, Valkmir is a problem.
Nope.
Oh no. Wait, what just happened? Why was this 5 mana? Oh no. It came in tap.
Oh no! It came in tap.
Oh my god! Did we do it?
Yes! I attack!
Holy shit!
I attack! I attack! I attack!
Everyone's clenching right now.
No! Oh, he lost! He lost!
I attacked! No! No! What?
Oh, he lost! Oh no! Oh man!
What? Okay, I want them to kill this first. So I play this first. And I want these 2 to cast my other spells. No! Stop, opponent! Stop it! Please stop. Please stop. Please don't do it to me. Don't cast another land destruction spell. Please, oh my. Let's go! Not distortion! Yeah! Feel the power of the 6 mana black sorcery. Not distortion, come forth! I summon the winged dragon of Ra! exaggerating. Oh, Royal Russian again! Oh my god! Kicker! Base! Oh, double Chandra emblem! Oh, is this... Yes! Oh! Oh! I guess I should just use this anyway. Wait, is this game? Oh, face damage! Oh! No freaking way! Alright, give me Scorpion. Off the top, right now. It's just too good to be true! It's just too good to be true! It's just too good to be true! What the heck, dude? Cheating!
Riley, does your opponent ever make a play that doesn't seem to make sense on the surface, but then over time starts to kind of come together a little more?
Yeah, this Aethergust obviously going to do a good job of keeping Igor Kerim, a little more alive, but there's a spell pierce, alright, sure. Pay for it, I guess.
Easy deal.
Okay, I still have enough mana to pay for this spell pierce. What are you doing, man? I mean, yeah, sure, you get the prowess triggers, but like, what's the plan here? Oh.
There it is.
A mystical dispute as well.
Functional. Yeah, functional spell pierce enough to get in for Xaxes.
Settle the wreckage.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh my god! A 100-card historic brawl. Settle the wreckage in hand after I called it.
Riley, here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained here. Seasoned Pyromancer can let you ditch your hand in this case to draw 2 cards, and we need exactly 2. We need Bone Crusher Giant and an untapped red source.
Need the Bone Crusher Giant with Stomp, which stops the 9 lives from preventing damage, and we need the red source to cast the Stomp, Dennis. And wouldn't you know
there it is!
Look at that! I've always maintained, Dennis, I've always maintained that Magic is a very skill-testing game indeed, and Charizard James is showing us just how skill-based this game is, ripping the actual perfect 2 off the top here, and is going to win the game on the spot because of it.
Yo, what's up, Titan Smash? Oh no!
If this was the only way Tybalt's Trickery had ever been used, Riley, I think it would have been balanced the way Wizards intended it.
I think this is actually Magic as R&D intended. Tybalt's Trickery. Getting rid of an eye twitch? Why are you scared of an eye twitch? Now you have to deal with the Lolth. What was that?
I'm terrified of an eye twitch, dude. Like, if only it had been something like a Lolth, you know?
Raise the alarm. We found their win con. We didn't know what it was, and now we know. I've now found their win con. I don't like it. You fool didn't play around Triple Tithe. Listen. My opponent had Sky Tether main deck and then boarded out of all the bad cards and boarded in good cards like Memory Lapse and Teferi. How am I supposed to win if I know that? Their tempo play of 2 soldiers are going to win them the game. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I can't look. I can't look. Ow. Man, Valkmir is a problem.
Nope.
Oh no! Wait, what just happened? Why was this 5 mana? Oh no! It came in tap!
Oh no! It came in top.
Oh my god, did we do it?
Yes! I attack!
Holy shit!
I attack! I attack! I attack!
Everyone's clenching right now.
No! Oh, he lost! He lost!
I attacked! No! No! What?
Oh, he lost! Oh no! Oh man!
What? Okay, I want them to kill this first. So I play this first. And I want these two to cast my other spells. No! Stop, opponent! Stop it! Please stop. Please stop. Please don't do it to me. Don't cast another land destruction spell. Please, oh my. Let's go! Not distortion! Yeah! Feel the power of the 6-mana black sorcery. Thought distortion, come forth. I summon the winged dragon of Ra. Oh! Oh! PogChamp! Oh! 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 What the heck, dude? I was exaggerating. Oh, Royal Eruption again! Oh my god! Kicker! Base! Oh, double Chandra emblem! Oh, is this... Yes! Oh! Oh! I guess I should just use this anyway. Wait, is this game? Oh, face damage! Oh, no freaking way! All right, give me Scorpion off the top right now. It's just too good to be true. It's just too good to be true. It's just too good to be true. What the heck, dude? Cheating.
Riley, does your opponent ever make a play that doesn't seem to make sense on the surface, but then over time starts to kind of come together a little more?
Yeah, this Aethergust's obviously going to do a good job of keeping Igor Kerim, a little more alive, but there's a spell pierce, alright, sure. Pay for it, I guess.
Easy deal.
Okay, I still have enough mana to pay for this spell pierce. What are you doing, man? I mean, yeah, sure, you get the prowess triggers, but like, what's the plan here? Oh.
There it is.
A
the
mystical
third
dispute as well.
Functional. Yeah, functional spell pierce enough to get in for Xaxes.
Settle the wreckage.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh my god! A 100-card historic brawl. Settle the wreckage in hand after I called it.
Riley, here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained here. Seasoned Pyromancer can let you ditch your hand in this case to draw 2 cards. And we need exactly 2. We need Bone Crusher Giant and an untapped red source.
Need the Bone Crusher Giant with Stomp, which stops the 9 lives from preventing damage, and we need the red source to cast the Stomp, Dennis. And wouldn't you know
There it is!
Look at that! I've always maintained, Dennis, I've always maintained that Magic is a very skill-testing game indeed, and Charizard James is showing us just how skill-based this game is, ripping the actual perfect 2 off the top here, and is going to win the game on the spot because of it.
Yo, what's up, Titan Smash? Oh no.
No!
If this was the only way Tybalt's Trickery had ever been used, Riley, I think it would have been balanced the way Wizards intended it.
I think this is actually Magic as R&D intended. Tybalt's Trickery. Getting rid of an eye twitch? Why are you scared of an eye twitch? Now you have to deal with the lulth. What was that?
I'm terrified of an eye twitch, dude. Like, if only it had been something like a lulth, you know?
Raise the alarm. We found their win con. We didn't know what it was, and now we know. I've now found their win con. I don't like it. You fool didn't play around Triple Tithe. Listen. My opponent had Sky Tether main deck and then boarded out of all the bad cards and boarded in good cards like Memory Lapse and Teferi. How am I supposed to win if I know that? Their tempo play of 2 soldiers are going to win them the game. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I can't look. I can't look. Ow. Man, Valkmir is a problem.
Nope.
Oh no! Wait, what just happened? Why was this 5 mana? Oh no! It came in tap.
Oh no! It came in tap.
Oh my god, did we do it?
Yes! I attack!
Holy shit!
I attack! I attack! I attack!
Everyone's clenching right now.
No! Oh, he lost! He lost!
I attacked! No! No! What?
Oh, he lost! Oh no! Oh man!
What? What is up, gamers? I so happen to be wearing the same exact shirt as I was wearing during that clip that you just saw of me losing in the finals of the Hooglandia Open by attacking for lethal, game on board, running out of time on my clock. I did it on purpose for the content. Alright, I'm over it. I'm over it. But for now, we are going to be watching the Innistrad Championship as a co-stream. And also, not only that, the reason why I'm here a little bit late today, usually I'm like a couple hours before this, but I was working out some things for our thing happening on Friday. There is an event happening on Friday that I'll have the pleasure of letting you know about right not now. It's a secret. But on Friday next week, we will be doing a special event with a lot of content creators. It's going to be fun. I was organizing that a little bit this morning. So, until then, working that out. Anyways, let's go ahead and catch up with Corey Baumeister and Maria Bartoli talking about the Innistrad Championship, and then we'll commentate the games ourselves.
Arcanist. This should be an awesome match. Let's get to meet our players. There's a look at Christian Hauck right there. Of course, the only player with no losses to his name in the building. 9,500 arena games played, but look at that historic win rate, 72.1%. That is nuts. All right, here's William Huey Jensen. Wow, almost 15,000 games played on Arena.
15K.
2017 World Champion, a member of the Hall of Fame, playing Rakdos Arcanist, the deck we just saw a deck tech on, so now we get to see it in action. And speaking of these decks, Monty, lay them out for us.
Yeah, Maria, Selesnya Humans, the most played deck in this historic metagame that we've seen, and for good reason. This deck is extremely powerful, it's fast, it's consistent. Esper Sentinel, one of the most powerful one-drops in Magic, really adding a lot to this deck, as well as Thalia's Lieutenant and Ranger Captain of Eos.
Wow.
And all of this early aggression is just backed up by the existence of Collected Company to really amp things up in the mid game. And we've seen Christian Hauck just be so proficient with this deck. On the other side, William Jensen running the Rakdos Arcanist that his team brought. We saw Luis and I do a deck tech on it. This deck is a mid-range deck, and it's all about using your resources to attack your opponent's hand and just try to keep them from playing the game. This deck is trying to get onto the board early with something like a Dreadhorde Arcanist and push that advantage, leveraging
I like the main deck Chandra
Pyromancer and the Planeswalkers in the mid to late game, plus of course Crokeyz. Now, something that's notable, yesterday we heard Gabriel Nassif say they played some test matches against Selesnya humans with their deck. It did not go well. He was not happy.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting to know. Right here, before we do our predictions, it's prediction time. Let's take a look at our records here. I
Oh
don't know,
my
some kind
God.
of crab, probably a 2-6 here. At
2-6.
Corey, what's your prediction for the winner this round?
So normally, Rakdos Arcanist usually takes advantage of creature decks pretty well, but Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, as well as Esper Sentinel is not cards I want to play against as a Rakdos Arcanist deck. So I'm picking Christian Hauck here to beat 9-0.
All right, Christian Hauck, how about you, Monty?
If you can't beat him, join him. Esper Sentinel is an obscene card in this matchup. I'm picking Christian Hauck.
Yeah, I'm going Christian Hauck too. I want to see him continue his undefeated streak here in this tournament.
Undefeated.
Can he keep it going?
He's the one
We're
that played
gonna
mono
find
green,
out here
right?
As round number 9 gets underway. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We're going to be right back with this awesome matchup to see if Christian Hauck can keep his streak running.
The forecast. Not humans in historic mono green is standard. Feels aggro, man. Alright, 2 Adelines, 3 Brutal Cathar, 1 Skyclave, 4 Elite Spellbinder. There's a lot of 3 drops. Oh my gosh. Ray Sato, Golgari Food. Cat, Goose, Squirrel, Shambling, Deadly Dispute, Fatal Push, Village Rites, Oven, Soul Guide Lantern, Trail of Crumbs, seems good. Mono Red Goblins, don't see that one every day playing on ladder. Starting to play Snowlands, I did happen to see yesterday, I believe there was some Frostbites in the sideboard. Mono Red Madness from Matt Sperling. This deck seems scary. I don't want to play against that. Got the new Mana Gorger Phoenix played there. New-ish. Now, this deck I think is broken. Like, it might be too puzzly for Historic right now. Is it Phoenix? This deck probably gets bodied by humans. Wow, imagine playing this deck and you're facing against like a Thalia. You don't have like Unholy Heat immediately. Azorius Auras. I actually can't believe Auras is actually in this tournament right now. I'm also surprised on how much Rakdos Arcanus is in this tournament right now. Oh my gosh, there's a Dragonstorm deck. Oh my gosh, the meme.
Hello and welcome back to coverage here of the Innistrad Championship. Marshall Cycliffe with Paul Cheon. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got more Historic to bring you here on the first part of the day here on day number 2. And in the feature match area, well, we've got 2 players with really excellent records, one slightly better than the other. We've got Christian Hauck, who we just saw talk to our news team last round, sitting at the perfect 8-0 coming in.
8-0 is crazy.
Boy, that's got to feel good. And there's a really nice little milestone on the horizon here, Paul, for Christian. If he can get to that 12 wins, well, that's going to lock up top 8 for him. On the other side of the table, though, is going to be William Huey Jensen, which is really not what you want to see if you're Christian, right? Huey's one of the toughest players out there, and he's at 7-1, putting together.
Oh my gosh, his hand's broken
himself. So let's jump into the action here and see what happens. We've got Christian.
Okay, this hand's broken, chat. Turn 1 Sentinel, turn 2 Thalia, turn 3 Thalia's Lieutenant or Hamlet Vanguard, whatever one you want to do. Or like turn 3 Hamlet, turn 4 Thalia's Lieutenant plus another 2-drop or something. Let's back a land. Dang, this hand's insane. Oh, take the Esper Sentinel. Okay. Wow, that was good. That was a good turn 1 Inquisition. Oh my gosh, drew the 1-drop anyway. That's what 8-0 players do. Fine Perch probably gonna be in many historic decks. Oh yes, I like that card a lot actually. You know, man, top deck 1-drop. Now we go like Thalia turn 2, Thalia's Lieutenant, or Vanguard turn 3 if we draw a land. Hauk just needs to draw like 1 land, and they're primo right now. We have another Inquisition, Flame Blessed. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh, there's one Spikefield Hazard in that hand. Takes the Hamlet Vanguard. Drew the land, which is great. I forgot what Hamlet Vanguard even does. We see Inquisitor Captain. Yes, I'm pretty sure I did. Can you remind me, Nimble? By Nimble, I mean Sloth. How many million gems have you lost in Arena Open so far? I'm smart enough to not enter the ones that I know I'm not good at. They're not as many as you think. 3 and a white, 3/3. It's the 4 mana 3/3. Vanguard gets 2 times +1/+1 counters per humans on board. Also has ward 2. Oh, true. Flame Best Bolt and Athalia. Huey was fortunate to draw a land there. Alright, hopefully Christian Hauk doesn't get flooded out. But this Dreadhorde Arcanist is actually going to be really good. Because Dreadhorde Arcanist is going to get to flashback all the removal spells. And then if Christian Hauk draws a land next turn, I think Jensen just wins the game. Oh my gosh, Adeline. What a bonkers draw. Not only do they get the 2/2, get the 1/1 counter on Thalia's Lieutenant, but Adeline actually makes a 1/1 human on attack, which makes Thalia's Lieutenant a 3/3. That is probably the most absurd draw outside of literally Collected Company into Adeline. That was insane. Wow. And the Thalia's Lieutenant dodges the Culligan's command. Absolutely bonkers. I mean, Dreadhorde Arcanist could, like, get Unholy Heat or whatever, or Flame Blessed Bolt into to target the Adeline, and then Culligan's command can finish it off. Like, that was insane. Hey, Reed, how's it going? Yo, everyone give an exclamation point high to Reed, which is the new editor, which is busted and broken. You guys saw his work yesterday, so actual goated. All right, top deck land, that's not what you want to see. But as I said, the Culligan's command was going to finish off the Adeline, leaving that Thalia's Lieutenant there. Any land here, Magmatic Channeler, that's really good. There's no card advantage in the graveyard for Dreadhorde Arcanist right now. But, I mean, this seems like it's Huey's game. I need some more Kalfe. Maybe it's not a bad draw. It grows the Lieutenant and also gets another redraw. But Magmatic Channeler could actually be a problem. If a human's drawn here that's broken, oh, Ranger Captain. If that was a 2-drop, that would have been insane. You attack here if you're Christian Hauk. No, right? Alright, I'm looking up Inquisitor Captain right now. 4 mana, 3/3 human cleric vigilance. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if there are 20 or more creatures with mana value 3 or less among the cards in your graveyard, hand, and library. Seek 2 creatures with mana value 3 or less, put one on the battlefield, and shuffle the other into your library. Okay, so it's like better and worse Coco at the same time. It's Coco and a 3/3 vigilance, but it's not Coco. It's like worse Coco, but it actually guarantees the hit. Because you seek 2 of them. You can't actually whiff with this. And it's a human, and it's a cleric. That card seems really good. Like, really good. Saying you can't whiff is very strong, but not being able to ever get 2 cards off of it makes it a little bit worse, but say you're guaranteed the 3/3 vigilance, though, because it's a 3/3 vigilance itself. But it's not instant speed, which is also worse. I think in a vacuum, Inquisitor Captain is better than Collected Company, but we don't play in a vacuum. So I honestly think in regular Magic the Gathering games that you play in, Collected Company is better. Oh, yeah, if you blink it, then it's actually broken. Ranger Captain, take that action. Do we get an Alambach because we can get the cards back out of our graveyard with that card? Can we? No, we can't, right? I guess it just doesn't matter what we get off Ranger Captain, right? Dark Bant Blink, it's better than Coco. Would you play Coco and this card? That's another question. Why don't you just play in, like... You don't even have to play blue. Play green, white humans and put that card in the deck. But yeah, I do think that card's very strong. Alright. The thing about Huey's hand here is, like, yes, there's a Dreadhorde Arcanist in the board with a pretty good sized graveyard. He does not know the card in hand and decides to not fire off the Thoughtseize. The thing about this, though, is that Huey has to worry about his life total now. And the Dreadhorde Arcanist only has 1 power. Putting Christian to out to 12 doesn't really do anything. So, keeping the Hive of the Eye Tyrant back to block seems like the good play here. Ranger Captain notably isn't legendary, so it's going to go get an Esper Sentinel here. The card advantage that mono white or this white green deck can do in the mid game is really good. Between Ranger Captain Evios and Collected Company, they can really drag out the mid game. Oh my gosh, we see a Kroxa here off the top. 1 more land and Huey can fire off the Kroxa from hand and graveyard, depending on how many cards are in Huey's graveyard. I'm not sure how many there are right now, though. But that was a huge draw. Too attached to making the archetype good. I think it would be even better if we had oh my gosh, what's that card? What's that card? It's like blue white and it counters a spell. No, not Flicker Wisp. It like counters a spell with like mana value 3 or less. Card. Spell Queller. Like, the reason to play blue would be for Spell Queller and like Reflector Mage if we ever get those cards. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Spell Queller and Reflector Mage in Historic at some point. But that would definitely make like a Bant Coco Spirits deck a cool archetype. But yeah, when we see those cards eventually, it's gonna be really fun. But Coco is gonna be really annoying when you go to cast a spell and they Coco in response. And they hit Spell Queller, and then you get your spell countered, and you're like, oh, I guess I lost. That's major feels bad. Oh my gosh, Inquisition yourself! I didn't even see that play. Wow. Wow. William Jensen smiling. One life remaining. Thalia, yep, not gonna get there. That was cool though. That was cool. But yeah, we saw the power in the mid game there with Christian House deck. We saw that the Ranger Captain of Eos would just put extra creatures on board and went a little bit too wide for the Dreadhorde Arcanist there, and it just wasn't enough at the end of the game. That was pretty cool though. Yeah, it was inventive. You know, it was inventive. That's when you're streaming in Twitch and then you say, "Hey, Twitch chat, watch this." Then you do that and then you realize there's not enough cards to bring back the Crokeyz Engrave. I think that's why Huey Jensen was smiling, because he didn't have enough cards to bring the Crokeyz back out of the grave anyway. Bringing in Feed the Swarms, Noxious Grass, Culligan's Command, and Witch's Vengeance, taking out the 1 Inquisition, 2 Crokeyz to go blank, and 2 copies of Soul Guide Lantern. And then taking out a lot of cards for Christian Hauk, bringing in a couple Rest in Peace, 3 Portable Holes, and 4 copies of Skyclad Apparition. That's the same smile I had when I used Fellstinger, Meat Hook, and Eaten Alive, targeting my own Stinger and sacrificing it to the cost for 5 damage for lethal. It sacrifices for 1 damage from the Meat Hook Massacre, and then Fellstinger makes them draw 2 and takes 2 life, and then the Fellstinger also dies, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 damage? Oh, but Eaten Alive too. That's hilarious. That is very smart. That is smart. All right, not enough mana for turn 1 Esper Sentinel, but this hand is loaded. Jensen's hand's also kind of loaded with a Feed the Swarm, Witch's Vengeance, and Magmatic Channeler, and a Chandra. So if Huey draws 1 more land, we could be off to the races here. But it's going to be very, very close. Christian doesn't draw a 3rd land. It's going to be very sad, though. Very much sad. No, Letters, thanks for the raid, my friend. How's it going? How's your stream? We're doing a little bit of an Innistrad Championship watch party. Watching William Jensen playing Rakdos Arcanist versus Christian Hauk playing Green-White Humans. Stinger sacrifice another creature to deal 3 to opponent, and then Eaten Alive, sack the Stinger to deal last point, find its 4. You have 5 if you have a Warlock class, fair. Alright, so that gets rid of the Thalia. We draw an Esper Sentinel. You can only play 1 card. Are we being mana efficient now and playing the Thalia's Lieutenant and doing nothing with it, or just playing an Esper Sentinel and passing? Esper Sentinel and pass. We could see a Swamp plus a Witch's Vengeance and paying the 1. Probably not, though. Or we could just give them a draw and then get Chandra on board. Or just Thoughtseize and pay the 1. I don't know. I feel like giving them a draw is kind of worth getting the Chandra out, but that's just me. Like, what else are you going to do if you don't play Chandra this turn? Like, oh, I guess draw some cards off Magmatic? Yeah, Seasoned Pyromancer not very good there. We're going to go for the Thoughtseize, pay the 1, plus play Blood Crypt tap. Get rid of, like, what, Brutal Cathar or something? Like, second Esper Sentinel? Because, like, what happens here, like, knowing that you have Chandra in hand, and they play the second Esper Sentinel, you're like, crap, they're going to draw 2 cards for this Chandra? Heck no. You went well, gonna grab some lunch, but we'll lurk in the watch party. Perfect. Have a good lunch. What are you gonna eat? Euros? I can be your Euro, baby. Also, can I get a streamer shout out for Letters J, please? Streamer shout out? Yep. I kind of knew that Huey was gonna take the other Esper Sentinel, knowing that he has this on Chandra in hand. No way in heck. I'm giving them 2 draws for Esper Sentinel. You see how this is kind of crazy? Like, what if, like, Witch's Vengeance for humans could be a thing? Like, Esper Sentinel is a house. Thank you, Nuno. I appreciate that. Like, gotta get rid of the card draw. That makes Chandler a 4/4. Top deck Skyclave, not enough mana. Good morning, Quick. How's it going? Good to see you. There's the Witch's Vengeance. Gonna happen on the Escort, Luminarch Aspirant. Luminarch Aspirant is one of the cards, if you haven't been following, is one of those cards that is impacted by alchemy. Green White Humans maybe won't even play Luminarch Aspirant anymore. Maybe they will. But it is one of those cards that got impacted. It no longer says at the start of your combat step. It says at the start of your end step. You get to put a 1/1 counter on a creature you can. Chillin', how are you doing? Awesome. Watching some high level historic. We're gonna be doing a little bit of a short stream today since I do have to work again today. But we're gonna be catching some matches here in the meantime. Get to kill this Brutal Cathar with the Chandra and then get the 4/4 Chandler back. It's awesome. The thing here is we get the Skyclave Apparition, either the Chandra or the Magmatic Chandler, but we already know the Skyclave Apparition is going to go down to the Culligan's Command also, so we're going to see how this transpires. We have 2 to 3 new cards that are arguably just as good replacements for Alchemy anyway. But which ones? It would have to be 2 mana to fill out the curve, but what 2 mana cards are there? Alright, choosing to take the 4/4 instead of taking the Chandra. Chandra's going to be able to give Huey enough mana to cast Culligan's Command and Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is good. Captain Eberhard. That's the 1 mana. That's the what? 2 mana 1/1 double strike. Be surprised if cards will be rebalanced up in power level once they rotate from standard and out. Yeah, that's also true. I kind of want that to be the case though. Once they rotate out, they just get rebalanced for historic. I like that idea better than all the other ideas I've heard. Imagine going 7-1 and having to face someone even better. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be an undefeated, right? For the most part, until like the final round. So, like, if you have 1 loss, you already know that someone has a better record than you. Guardian Evangel. What's this one? A 3/1 human cleric ETB's conjure card names the Guardian Evangel, so you get another one in your hand. This card is beginning of the next end step. The ETB's tap target permanent you don't control. You can tap your opponent's lands with this, and you can tap your opponent's creatures to attack in. And if you have like 4 mana, you can tap 2 of your opponent's creatures because you get to like 2 3/1s and tapping 2 creatures. Like that's actually insane for creature matchups. Plus, it's just a 2 mana 3/1 human, which is also fine.
And yeah, he's been able to chump block for back-to-back turns to keep the loyalty of Chandra rising, and now he gets the payoff. He gets to turn this into yet another removal spell effectively.
Debating what to do here with the Chandra Torch of Defiance.
And there it is.
Just saying, I hope you don't have company into a pump spell.
Yeah, that would be the absolute disaster.
Yeah.
Right? That would just be the oh no scenario.
Right.
But Jensen knows that that's not it now that the Ranger Captain has been sacrificed. That shouldn't affect his plan here, though, right? He just has a Seasoned Pyromancer in the yard, and that's kind of what he's going to be doing. So
Right.
Jensen can just pass the turn back. No need to do it on his turn.
Ooh.
And it's another land off the top. And, you know, we've seen how good this deck can be at top decking, but when it draws a couple of lands in a row, it's brutal. Really devastating for the deck.
All right. I think Jensen here has stabilized. Looking really good this game.
And he gets to once again activate Chandra Torch of Defiance. He's got Kolagon's command in hand, and he gets to get an Inquisition here just to see what's up. And Christian, all he can do is laugh and say, yeah, okay. You figured me out. I got another land in hand, nothing going on.
I can turn off all my stops now. You know, I have a land.
Yeah, we'll just undo all the nonsense. And this is actually going to mean the Den of the Bugbear is going to get activated as well. And this is Jensen very much trying to finish this game. Basically saying, okay, you're going to get one more draw step here, Christian. And if it's a land,
nope,
you're dead. And that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, just I think probably Collected Company was the only card there.
Right.
That could have maybe gotten him back.
Yeah, and he would have had to hit well.
Yep.
And you can see Chandra's now hit Fatal Push. And that'll clear the way for lethal damage here from Huey. He can fire up that Den of the Bugbear once again. And that's going to be game number 2 going to William Huey Jensen. This has been a good one. We've gotten, you know, deep into the game both times. And we got to see kind of what each deck could do, right? We saw Huey use Chandra Torch of Defiance to generate value. And we saw a string of 2-for-1s that are built into the creatures from Christian Hauck on game number 1, which is really impressive stuff for a green-white deck. You know, you don't really think of it that way. You know, you're not like, oh, it's a really resilient mid-game deck. You're more thinking it's like, okay, put all my creatures on the battlefield, do I win? And that's not how it plays out.
Now, of course, once again, I mean, we saw this in the last round. Christian Hauck's on the play with his aggressive deck. And you know how differently these games can play out when that's the case, when you're the one going Sentinel into Thalia potentially on turn 2. So, you know, this is where it can get really, really difficult here for William Jensen here.
Well,
depending on
Christian
how
has to look to the sky for inspiration because he's found himself another one-lander. You know, this deck does mulligan somewhat frequently, but he has been mulliganing so much today.
And still winning.
And winning easily. It's been crazy. That mulligan to 5 in the last round, and he's just like perfection. Like,
yeah.
Cedric said, you could not craft a better hand at 5 than that. Like,
right.
Also true.
That has the ability to win on a mull, and that's what he's going to have to do here because he's got a decent hand on the keep, though. No 1-drop. That's certainly of note, especially on the play. But he does have Thalia, Portable Hole, and a Ranger Captain of Eos, plus the lands to cast all of them.
Look at Huey's hand. Jeez.
Whoa,
I mean,
that's some fire.
Literally fire. All right, turn 1 Fabled Passage. We have Thraben Inspector that we would have really liked last turn. But here's Thalia coming down on turn 2. Feed the Swarm, unable to be used. Unholy Heat will probably... Huey's probably going to play like Den of the Bugbear and pass. and then plan to Unholy Heat the Thalia, and maybe even take the 2 damage first. And then maybe we see a Thraben Inspector and pass on Christian Hauk's side, or maybe like a Ranger Captain, either one of them. Deciding not to take the damage. All right, Ranger Captain over that is trying to get as much damage in as possible. Esper Sentinel coming into hand. Where's the bad Boros deck I expect on this channel? I know, right? Yo, with Thirsty Kane, gift sub central. Welcome Thirsty Kane back to Jamestown. Yeah, K-Command's insane. K-Command's insane, especially against Esper Sentinel, since Esper Sentinel is an artifact. Thirsty Kane subbed for 7 months in a row. How insane is that? That's broken. Magmatic Killer. This game's actually going very, very well for William. You do my deck submission after the stream is over. Wait, what does that mean? If my stream is over, then how can I do the deck submission if my stream is over? Actually, just to give you a little bit of a context, Coleman, I was gonna do your deck today, and then I realized that there was both this day 2 event going on and the Arena Open going on. So I wasn't even gonna stream today at all. But then people wanted to see me do the Innistrad Championship co-stream. So I'm gonna stream for a couple hours doing this, and then we're gonna do your deck tomorrow. Coleman. Usually when there's like a bunch of events going on in the same day, or in like especially really big events, I don't like to stream at all, especially if the Arena Open or whatever's going on is like limited or something that I don't play. Yeah, for sure. It has to be frustrating, Rachel. Unholy Heat, Noxious Grasp in hand, good board, drawing a land, doesn't look very good for the undefeated. Yeah, it's like Magic's like triple booked all for the same day, same weekend. Jensen has to think there could be a collected company in hand, so making Hauk choose collected company here if Hauk had it would have been ideal. There is a land, so it's just gonna be like super downhill from here. Oh my gosh, another land. Wait, is Christian Hauk just me? They're both smiling. Crazy that Hulk was flooded after Hulk was stuck on 2 lands for the first couple turns. That's not going to do it. There's not really a good catch-up mechanic in Hulk's deck at this point. And the undefeated goes down. That's how we do it, kids. Let's hear what Marshall and Paul Cheon have to say.
But, you know, in game 3, we saw it actually do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw a good example of what this deck is meant to do. In actually all 3 of the games. It's just in game 1, Christian was able to kind of grind through all of that. But again, it's one of those things where if everything lines up properly, and Huey's hand in game 3 was just absolutely incredible, right? Just all removal spells with the sweeper. I mean, if you draw those cards, you're gonna do well. But, you know, there's a reason also Christian coming into this was 8-0. This Humans deck has just shown to be extremely resilient, extremely powerful, and, you know, I expect good things here from Christian Hauck still moving
Electric Company into Ranger Captain and Exodia.
Going forward into the tournament, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll have more historic for you on the other side. We've got Luca Moretti versus Tim McSavvy. Don't go anywhere.
Cards to watch.
The game is Ramp, as Jund Citadel tries to get Bolas' Citadel out as quickly as possible and end the game on the spot.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, Thirsty Kane. Yo, look at that Charmeleon next to Thirsty Kane's name. You know what? I must say, Charmeleon looks good on you. Charmeleon does look good on you. Gosh, it feels like, Rachel, it feels like you've been around for like longer than you have been. It only says 2 months on your thing. Have you really only been here for 2 months? I feel like you've been here like almost every day for the past 2 months then. You don't talk too much. I like that you talk. I actually really do. Plus you're in the Discord too. Coming for that Charizard? There's only 3 Charizards, I think, so far. I think it's Bat Smack. You guys can see that. Who has the most subscribed months? I think it's Bat Smack, Simply Joshin, and like that's it. Oh, you joined after the Hooglandia tournament. Oh, the one that I won, right? Yeah, the one that I got first place in, right? Sorry, I have something in my eye. Auden Burchett was playing Humans. No, oh, can everyone do exclamation point followage for themselves? That'd be pretty cool. Unless you don't want to. Corey Burkhart's playing Esper Control on Historic. Ambitious. Wow, it really has only been 2 months. Insane. Awesome Boo Boo, how's it going? I feel like I don't say your name enough. Maybe you just started following me right now. Austin Bershevich is playing Is It Phoenix? Flame Blessed Bolt is making its way into Historic decks, which is pretty cool. Is it Epiphany? Alright. Can Marcio Carvalho go just like 0 and 17, please? It's nothing personal. I just don't like Epiphany.
The flexibility of Archmage's charm
Hassan Bubu's been
gives
following for
Demir
5
control
days.
Game at all points.
5 days is better
of the
than
game.
1 day.
Fatal
Okay,
Push
so you're
and
getting there.
Shark Type
5
moves
times better
do
than
a
1 day,
great job
actually.
of attacking the polarizing matchups it may face.
And welcome back to coverage here of the Innistrad Championship. Marshall Sutcliffe with Paul Cheon. We've got historic for you lined up. We just watched a really nice 3-game match between William P. Jensen and Christian Hauck. We're going to transition now to our next match between two players who have a 7-1 record.
Luca
That's Luca
Moretti
Moretti
and
on the
Tim
left, and on the right,
McSavany.
it's Tim McSavany. And
Or McSavany.
you can see
Sure.
two very different approaches to the format, Paul. Jund Citadel for Luca, and on the other side, Demir Control.
I'm curious what that little blue mana symbol on Jund Citadel is for.
Yeah, what's that all about? We'll get
That blue mana
sorted
symbol
out.
is probably
We'll figure it
for
out.
blue in the sideboard off treasures.
Little splashy.
Juno
splash or
has
something.
spent 21
Yeah.
days and 10 hours watching me. That is a long,
Normally just Jund.
long
Right? That's it.
Naz time.
Yeah, and so as you can see, yesterday we saw
That is a
the
very,
various
very
versions
long
of kind of the
Naz
Jund
time.
sacrifice deck, right? This one, it's Jund Citadel. So what it's really looking to do
Thirsty
is play
Kane,
a lot more
only
ramp
10 days and 13
to kind of
hours.
turbocharge into a Bolus's Citadel.
Get on
And in
Nuno's
this case,
level,
also
man.
Corvold Faker's
Get
Crypt.
on Nuno's
so
level.
instead of playing the Cat Oven engine that you see in a lot of the other sacrifice strategies, you're just playing Llanowar Elves, Prosperous Innkeepers, and really just want to cast one of your heavy hitters as early as possible.
Borderline.
I like that.
stalker.
I like the stripped down version.
No.
Here. That makes a lot of sense. By the way, I found it. It's teachings of the
21
Archaeans,
days.
for Luca in the sideboard for learning lessons, etc.
Guilty as charged.
Nice, yeah,
Oh
it looks
no.
like the deck plays 4 copies of Eyetwitch as just an extra creature to sacrifice, and as a result, they just wanted to make sure that he just wanted to make sure that he
Thirsty
had,
Kane, 10 days is a
the
rookie
appropriate
number.
targets to learn for, and that's a powerful enough one that he decided it was worth playing.
All right, and Yawgmoth Thran Physician off the top of the library, but you see Archmage's Charm there in hand for Tim.
Anna Chess rated
at
probably
the
missed
ready.
one stream.
Yeah.
Man, I love
Playing
watching
against a
Anna
pure
Chess.
control deck seems like it could be pretty tough, right? Because the whole game plan here is to ramp, and try to resolve one of your heavy hitters.
Guy in the
And if they
Skull
just
is a
counter
new
the heavy hitter,
Charmeleon.
you're just
You know
left with
what,
a
Guy
bunch
in the
of
Skull?
gilded geese and
Charmeleon
Llanowar
looks
Elves.
great on you.
Yeah, that's really.
I say that to
tough
everybody, but it really does.
strategy to take.
If
in,
you type in the
especially
chat,
if you're
Guy in the
not
Skull,
going
you
for
will see
hand
a nice
disruption
looking
or,
red
some way
Charmeleon
to
next to
kind
your
of
name, and
protect
that's
those
PogChamp.
things. And usually these decks don't have room for stuff like Thoughtseize. You don't see them in these builds.
Right. I mean, you're really trying to
Brand new Charmeleon. That's
maximize
busted.
the ability to play Bolus's Citadel on turn 4 or 5, and as a result, you just can't
Ooh,
afford to
baby.
play all those interactions.
Oh, is it hot in here, or did Charmander just evolve? Oh,
Now we see
anybody?
Luca
Hey, is
kind
it
of
hot in
churning
here?
through the
I think I need a
library
drink.
here
Yeah, oh, need some more Diet
with
Mountain
Yawgmoth,
Lightning.
But there's
It's hot in
the
here.
multiverse. I mean, Tim's saying, "Look, you didn't even give me anything to bother countering here, so I'm just gonna draw a bunch of cards. Thank you very much."
Yeah, I mean, he is happy taking 2 damage a turn here to just continue getting ahead on cards.
Yeah, Yawgmoth Thran Physician really good in creature matchups.
Yeah.
And it can do enough work against non-creature matchups, but just as a creature, it's not great. It's 2/4, right? Like you said, Tim's just like, sure, take it.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Luca utilize the ability where, now that he has enough mana, it's like, look, I can sacrifice my mana creatures here.
Yeah,
to
honorary
cycle through
Charmeleon.
them, essentially, right? And find other threats, but not presenting
Listen,
much
don't
of a
give
clock here at the
don't
moment.
give Nuno flack for not being our Charmeleon
He's
yet,
gonna
okay?
sacrifice a
Nuno just
treasure.
wants to hang on to being a
And just
Charmander
get
for a
some
little
cards
bit
rolling.
longer.
Here's some
Okay, some
pressure.
people think
Make him
Charmander's
double.
cuter than Charmeleon and want to be Charmanders for longer.
That's
Okay,
the kind of card that even
Nothing
if your
wrong
opponent
with
isn't playing
that.
creatures, you can just throw the triggers upstairs and just make a nice little clock.
Oh, the blue is for eye twitch, fetching the draw
now,
spell.
now this is actually a reasonable board here.
Yeah, the Shadow's Verdict in hand for Tim is looking really nice.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's another Behold the Multiverse. Giving Tim this much time, still sitting at 14 life, feels like his Demir control deck's going to be able to find all the tools it needs to get the job done.
Yeah. However, if he does go for the Shadow's Verdict this turn,
You are
that
just
will
wrong.
leave the window open
Charmeleon's
for
strictly
Luca to
better than
potentially
Charmander?
top deck that
I
Citadel.
don't know. I feel like a lot of people like
Resolve
Charmander
it.
better than Charmeleon. Thirsty Kane. I don't know.
So the question from Tim's perspective is just, does he need to just go for
People
the
just
big
don't want to
sweeper play
evolve.
and cross his
Look at
fingers?
Pikachu.
He doesn't know about
Pikachu
the
didn't want to
other card
evolve.
in hand here.
Look at
It
what
happens
happened
to be
there.
a redundant Yawgmoth, but
Yeah, I'm wondering if he, given the pressure, given what's on the board right now, he might have wanted to consider just countering this Mayhem Devil.
yeah.
It's now just going to be in play, and I mean, going to be getting in for a good.
I
chunk
knew
of
it was
damage this
teaching.
turn.
I knew it was teaching.
Yeah, it is. It's in itself a clock, right? It is plenty enough. And we see Vraska's
nice.
Contempt.
And
get
this will prevent the life
thwarted here.
gain.
Yeah, it's actually a 3 damage swing there. Instead of gaining 2, he lost 1 on it.
Man, Luca plays fast. I'm just
Really
gonna
fast.
say.
I love it.
Like-
Go, Luca. That super speed is awesome.
Plays one way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought Pika needed to get stoned to evolve.
Tim has to catch Shadow's verdict here at this point.
Yeah, that's why Pikachu never evolves. They're against that, you know what I mean?
I don't think
Charizard's the best, and you got to go
just
through Charmeleon
playing
to
a
get there.
Hullbreaker Horror here
True.
will be enough. Although maybe it will. I mean, you can cast
That's
it
a
to
true
block
state.
the Mayhem Devil.
Charizard's overrated. Fight me. Do you want to ban Phoenix
Maybe you'll
Rose?
take 5.
You want to get banned?
Yeah.
So
It feels risky, but it honestly either line here takes on some fairly significant risk. How over is the game from
I'm
Tim's
kidding.
perspective if Luca does get to play the Citadel? Is it just like, well,
I'm
GG?
kidding.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
life to play.
there's
I would never
always the
ban you for
chance of
purely not
missing,
liking
right?
Charizard.
If you just
I'll
hit
ban you for other
back-to-back
things, like
lands,
purely not liking Charizard.
that'll make it so that you'll miss. So it's not just game over, but the thing is, I mean, with this Dimir deck, once that Citadel enters the battlefield, not a whole lot of ways to kind of get rid of it.
It's just staying there. All right, here it is. Shadow's verdict. This is going to prompt some action from Luca. So he'll cash in
Dude, look at this Yawgmoth
some of
drawing
his creatures
cards,
for cards here, and also throw a bunch of damage upstairs.
throwing
to
some
Tim.
damage around.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. This sweeper it helps get rid of what's on the battlefield, but Luca's not going to be down on cards here, right? With this Yawgmoth that's in play, he can
not
just
at all.
sack all of his creatures with Yawgmoth and kind of fill up again and give himself a really good shot here at finding that Bolas' Citadel.
Yeah, and Yawgmoth is still going to be on the battlefield.
I think
too,
Tim
and,
just
you know,
dies.
Tim's life total is going to be really low after this.
Yeah, and again, there was that
Oh,
one turn.
Citadel!
Oh, that's a Citadel. That's
He
a
did actually
Citadel.
find the Citadel. Wow.
Cat in my room.
Yeah, it looks like, walking that fine line, it's just been a little too close here for Tim. And he's going to be down to 2, and there's going to be a Citadel on the battlefield. Here comes
Oh,
Gilded Goose. Now the
jeez.
fireworks really
Yo.
start. Another Gilded Goose.
Insane.
And then, okay, he finally hit a stopping point, at least for a second here.
Nope, not gonna
And he
stop.
can deadly dispute here.
Yeah.
Got more cards.
Yeah, he used the
And this
tower
dude
to
sacrificing
get
a
some mana.
food.
He's going to sacrifice a food.
Remember,
And now he's back on again. There's a Llanowar
That's
Elves.
that's the.
remember, he only needs 10 permanents in play here to definitively
Oh, you
kill
saw! Oh my
Tim
gosh!
with
You,
Bolas'
oh
Citadel's
yes!
secondary ability.
Wow, you saw!
That's right.
Oh my gosh! You saw the stop that they put
man,
there?
He's still going.
We got 7 here. I wonder if he's considering playing Prosperous Innkeeper.
He is. Now this is keeping him. He's losing permanent count a little bit by doing this, but these treasures
But
are working.
But keep in mind, now with the Innkeeper in play, you can play more things. He has a Yawgmoth in play, so he can continue drawing cards here by sacrificing creatures, right?
This is incredible stuff from Luca Moretti, really putting on a show for us in the feature match area.
Another Yawgmoth. Ah,
Tim, you can just sit there and look on. He doesn't have any interaction.
You probably don't want to spend 4 life here on the Yawgmoth. Is he going to sack another thing here?
Make a treasure.
You bet he is. Luca's going all out. I mean, he look at it and he's saying, what are you going to
Shambling
do? Kill me out of
gas.
nowhere? You're a blue-black control deck.
And
Gain a
this should
life.
do it, right? I mean, I think this is going to be 10 permanents very soon.
Gain a life.
Yeah,
with
he's
the
Gain
price
2 life.
keeper because that's 2
Jeez.
permanents. And,
Oh,
flurry
man.
finish here for Luca
Hit you
Moretti
for a lot.
in game number 1.
Oh,
and you see
this
that
deck.
Bolus Citadel getting
Oh,
activated,
this
and
deck.
bang, that's 10
Oh,
damage.
man.
And he's
10
got
to
a
your
whole bunch of other
face.
triggers to manage here, but they're not going to be relevant as Tim's going to be at -6 life, and that's game number 1 going to Luke already. Woo!
That was fun.
I love doing that.
And you can
Control
tell
deck.
he's played the absolute heck out of this deck too. He is just
I sure hope so,
flying
given the
through.
speed at which he was playing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
He even sideboarded really fast.
Yeah. Wait, what happened?
Yo, he
Oh,
plays
he's
at
done. He's ready.
lightning
He
speed. He's
submitted,
freaking
and he
done.
actually
Ready to
made
go.
changes too. He's like this, that, Smith.
Yeah. He's got somewhere to be. He's got somewhere to
He's
be.
got somewhere to
you know,
be.
Well, if he keeps playing like that, there's somewhere to. He's going to be as a top 8. He's 7-1 already. Now he's up a game over Tim. Also of note here, Tim was our undefeated player overnight. 7-0.
Oh my gosh, Reed,
Couple
thank you for
loss
the
here
thank you for
in
the
in
sub.
first round of day 2.
Subscribed at
And
tier
he
1. That's
wants to
3
strap
subs
back
today
here
already.
and
You
try to
guys
get
are
back on
you guys are
track, but still
amazing.
that really strong record for Tim, especially given
Reed, you don't
he
have
sent me
to
a couple
sub.
of tweets, and I
You
talked
already
to
do a
Maria
lot of
as
work
well.
for me.
You know, he's a limited player.
Everyone tell Reed he doesn't
Tim's the
have
type
to
of
sub.
player that
But thank you,
loads
I
up
appreciate
Arena,
that.
and then his hand, like a Ouija board, just magically goes to the draft button and clicks it and just prevents you from doing anything else. I know I suffer from the same affliction. And, you know, he's like, I don't
Let's
know what I'm
go!
doing in Constructed. But, you know, I don't know. He's 7-1. Maybe he's got a new hobby here.
I feel like that's, you know, I'm like, you can't have no idea what you're doing and be 7-0.
I felt Tim was holding back. I think Tim was just trying to survive
for himself. And, but yeah, I mean, weren't you even,
Tim,
you know,
I
playing some
think
living
Tim
matches coming into this too?
cast a
So,
sweeper
I
or a
know you can't
Rasmussen
help yourself.
attempt every
Oh,
turn.
No, of course. It was constructed matches.
Yeah.
Constructed matches.
Right. 60 card decks for life. You know me.
Yeah.
All right, game
But-
number 2. Go ahead, Paul.
But just one thing that I want to talk about in that last game, Tim had so many cards there, right? And he was really, I think part of how that game played out was he was so concerned probably about the potential of a Bolus Citadel that he really valued keeping that counterspell in his hand, that Archmage's Charm, for that potential 6-drop. But then the Mayhem Devil just did a ton of damage to him in that game. So
yes. Yeah, that's always tough, right? You always have to balance that out.
End of the dispute, the
Yeah.
eye
As
twitch,
often as
getting
the case, if you go
a
in the middle,
F summoning.
it's very punishing. You know, Magic rewards you for kind of taking a stance, saying, "Okay, I'm going to take the risk. If
See
you have the
the
Citadel, you win,
Archmage
but
Charm,
if
I
you
guess.
don't, I win." You know, and I don't think you have it or whatever, and make.
Wow,
it play.
Luca
There's
plays
Thoughtseize, by the
incredibly
way,
fast.
from Moretti, as he's brought in 4 of those from his sideboard. We talked about that in game 1 that they don't usually run them in the main, and Luca's got 4 on the board. He just brought them in, and he took an Archmage's Charm with it. Ooh, there's a Citadel.
really
Wow,
nice,
Citadel right on time.
really nice turn here for Tim, being able to go Thoughtseize into Behold the Multiverse here on turn 3.
There's a
Very
Gear Hulk
nice,
on top
yeah.
and a Fatal Push.
Okay, Torrential Gearhook, Fatal Push, and
Not gonna be enough for
some
now.
lands in hand here for Tim. He could use a little more action as far as card draw goes, but let's see what happens here. Prosperous Innkeeper's going to hit.
I'm not gonna lie. I am barely keeping up with the speed at which Luca's playing.
Luca is flying.
Oh, you
through
updated the
his
channel
turn.
art?
Really
Oh,
crazy.
sick! Oh, sick! New video coming soon. Oh my gosh! Hold
He's
on.
gonna be okay
I have
with
to.
this.
I have to see this now.
I wonder if Luke's gonna wait for Thoughtseize or if he's just gonna.
Do you mind updating
Go
the
for it.
channel
He
art for
doesn't
my
have a
other
whole lot here in his hand, right?
channel also? Oh my gosh, that looks
As
so
the game
good.
goes longer, does his chance of winning get better? Should he just go for the Citadel?
I have a
He's
VOD.
going.
I have a
for
VOD
it.
channel.
Man, Luca Moretti with no
I don't know if you knew
skill
this.
whatsoever, and all that can happen here is Tim can use Fatal Push to take out a creature.
I
He could
love
do
it.
again if he wanted, but this Citadel for Luca's gonna resolve.
I'm sure Tim's thinking to himself, really? I got 5 mana up, man. I'm playing a blue deck.
5
Yeah,
mana,
after this
5
game,
cards in
after
hand.
this
You
game,
know
I want
a
to show
couple
you
of them,
what the new
fair
channel
enough,
art looks
but
like.
I got 3 unknowns, and you're just gonna run out the Citadel, and Luca's like, "Yep."
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do here.
And now there's a Citadel in play. 19 life for Luca. Now he did brick there. He hit a land, but really good shape now.
I don't.
Oh, he hit another Citadel. He's gonna play it.
Is he
And
gonna
another
play it?
Citadel?
Another Citadel off the top.
Triple Citadel.
No, another one.
Is he gonna play it? He's gonna start with land or else.
Yeah, wow, that was the one moment where I feel like Luca actually slowed down. You know, he also probably wanted to play a green source untapped there. Maybe the Crack Crown pathway to make a food here with that goose that's in play.
Oh, sure.
Crack some food, gain some life.
Yeah, you know, the reason he didn't play the Citadel is because life equals cards now.
Right.
I can take a screenshot of the images and then save the screenshot. I can get the images.
I mean,
read.
Taking a look at Tim's list, the only way he has to actually deal with a Bolas' Citadel that's in play is to draw his 1 copy of Hullbreaker Horror and then cast a spell afterwards.
Oh, wow, that's very difficult. Now, interesting to note, he does have Shark Typhoon here. And I wonder if there's a world where he could overwhelm the board. He's at 14, right? So he's not dead to a Bolas' Citadel activation. Wow, 2 back-to-back lands. Really tough here for Luca. He went
That
Citadel, land. Like, that's like the worst you could line up.
Yeah, and I wonder if not playing a green source might cost him here, right? Because that's an extra 3 life. He would have made that food, and now, I mean, Tim is putting some pressure on here. We do have the Gear Hulk here. We do have a Shark Typhoon for 5. This is a pretty quick clock here.
It is, and you know, again, life equals cards here for Luca Moretti. You know, he can soak up a little bit of the damage, but he kind of needs to so he can take advantage of that Citadel. He can run away with the game easily, but he needs that life total buffer to make it work. He's going to block with the goose, make a food, sack the food. Man, that food was sacked before it hit the battlefield. And then double chump block here to keep him at a clean 20. And this is going to get him a chance to go off. He's going to kick off the festivities with Yawgmoth. Now he sees Blood Crypt. Okay, play a land for the turn. Just don't be another land under there, Luca. It is another land under there.
Another land.
Oh, that is rough.
Dang.
Oops. Yeah, super tough. This Citadel has not yielded the type of gains that we're normally used to seeing. He's also lacked the ability to manipulate the top part of his library here, and that's been really important. You know, last time we saw him with Yawgmoth there, able to do things, and then he was sacrificing creatures to draw cards, and he could really kind of clear away the top. Doesn't have that this time.
Yeah. And now, I mean, Luca's just got 1 turn here, right? To try to play a flurry of spells, but he's going to be down to 6 life. So he can't even play that much.
No,
and we're looking at
Archmage's Charm and Censor in hand now as well.
Oh, this is a 3 damage Thoughtseize?
Pricey Thoughtseize, but not a
That's
bad draw.
game.
It will get the counter out of hand here. What's underneath it? Oh, it's Corvold. He can't even play it.
Well, he could and go to 0 if.
Good
right?
point, Paul. No,
I think.
you're right.
Oh no, he went with the concede.
He went the other way. All right, so a very interesting game where Luca Moretti just brazenly ran out the house, as we call it, and it actually worked. And then somehow he ran horrible with it.
Yeah.
Found no ability to manipulate the top card of his library, and then just went Citadel, land, and then like Thoughtseize into 6-drop or 5-drop.
That
or
was
whatever.
yeah. I mean that's probably one of the worst Citadels I've seen.
Definitely.
Right? I mean, you cast the Citadel there with 20 life and just basically whiff over the course of the next 3 to 4 turns.
That does not happen very often. And it did take a specific set of circumstances there for Luca to find himself in that position. Specifically, again, the lack of ability to manipulate the top card of his library, which he has many ways to do. But then also you just have to run bad, right? It just has to be land, you know, a couple of those times. And that's what happened. Tim says, thank goodness for that. I'll take it. He was able to turn his game plan around, start smashing with 5-powered creatures, and put enough pressure on the life total of Luca so that he could limit what the Bolas' Citadel could do. And he finds himself with a win. These guys now going at it to see who's going to be 8-1, join William Huey Jensen at that rank. And it looks like a mulligan now from Luca.
Yeah. Solid hand here after the mulligan, though. You kind of want to keep everything here. Yeah, it looks like he was choosing between the Yawgmoth there and the Deadly Dispute.
Gilded Goose starts things off here. Tapland, though, for Tim. But he's got a lot of interaction there with the Fatal Push and the Thoughtseize and another Fatal Push, though he's going to lose something here.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if he really wants that Yawgmoth to resolve, might take the Thoughtseize.
Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah, if he draws a land, he can play it next turn. Whoop, it's another Thoughtseize, though. Oh, he'll take it.
Yeah, and since he missed the land drop, this is where you kind of wish you had that Deadly Dispute to sack the Eye Twitch, draw some cards.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to take away Censor. That's going to see Fatal Push take down the Gilded Goose here on Tim's side. He's still got Fatal Push and a Memory Deluge to go with lands in hand now. He's going to play a land and pass the turn back. He'll leave the Eye Twitches on the battlefield, and Luca's just going to start jamming, and he's on all 1/1s here, Paul.
Right, and he has no way to sacrifice this Eye Twitch just yet, and he's still 2 turns away here from being able to play out that Yawgmoth.
And what a draw there. Archmage's Charm off the top for Tim gives him the ability to kind of hold off if he'd like. Let's see, he wants to get that Memory Deluge on the stack.
Is he going to steal the elf?
Oh, that would be kind of sweet. He is! Give me that
Stealing
elf,
the
he
elf.
says. And he's got it now. And you know, one thing a control deck would always love to have is a little bit of ramp, right? They don't have room for it in the shell, but like Llanowar Elf in your control deck is real nice. Especially when you've got cards like this, Behold the Multiverse, Memory Deluge, and he's going to be quite easily able to refill the hand and come up with a bunch of action.
Yeah. Likely going for the Deluge here. The more mana efficient play.
That's right.
Traitor Elf.
If you can find something like a
Traitor Elf.
Earhulk, sure.
Earhulk would be great.
Looks like it was Vraska's Contempt. He's also got Censor from it. But don't worry if you're Dimir Control fan. He's still got the Behold the Multiverse to load up as well.
Yeah, he has all kinds of...
It's been a tough one for Luca, never quite getting to that 4th mana. And, you know, Tim helped him along that path as well. He killed 2 of his mana creatures, or stole 1 and killed 1. Wow, that's it.
Yeah, if the Llanowar Elves was there, the Yawgmoth would be able to be cast already.
Eye Twitch, and, you know, it's a role player, but you also see, just by itself in a vacuum, not all that powerful, right? If you can't find a way to sacrifice the Eye Twitches, they just really don't do enough.
There's a way to sacrifice it, but the Llanowar Elf was stolen.
Vraska's Contempt somehow. That's probably the best the Eye Twitch was going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Here's Behold the Multiverse now.
I've seen Tim do this previously.
Oh, I want that other Behold.
You want that Behold? You want to make sure that you...
Always beholding.
Always beholding.
Paul.
I mean, I think maybe because he's got the Deluge in his graveyard,
Dang.
he thinks that that's going to be enough. But, I mean, you just... At this point in the game, with all the mana that you have, I just feel like you just want to keep at least those card draw effects.
Yeah, start chaining them together. Though, that being said, he's not wrong. The Deluge is very powerful here, and it's going to find him.
No card draw, though.
Kick off the festivities, and looks like perhaps a Thoughtseize as well.
And this, I am not saying this in a ridiculous fashion.
What's Concealing
Curtain?
Curtain?
Is actually correct to cast Shark Typhoon.
To hardcast it?
Yeah.
Talk to me, Paul. Bring some logic my way, you know?
Well, just the Jund deck doesn't really have a way to deal with the Shark Typhoon that's in play. And it also is just a really good way to, you know, kind of slow down
it's a wall?
The Eye Twitches and all that
3/4
stuff that's in
wall.
play. You're now down to 8 life, right?
Wait, an 0/4 wall?
If you make a big token and Luca Moretti, I mean, does he have a removal spell for it? Oh, it doesn't look like he has a whole lot of removal.
Another Eye Twitch? Like, how many eyes good?
Look, also, you know the audience wants to see that too. So
the chat is going nuts for hardcast, but it looks like the answer is going to be no this time.
Bring it a land? Oh, we don't even have that in our sideboard right now.
putting us to bed without our dessert this time. Just a 2-2,
Yeah.
but it does
the
gobble up an
censor.
eye twitch.
I think we're gonna censor this one.
Yeah.
No, I think Luca wants this to get
Very
censored.
difficult to turn down.
I don't know what are you saving the censor for?
Just to cycle it, I suppose. Otherwise.
Yeah, but I mean, you're at 7 life.
Yeah, I think keeping that board state.
Ooh, Gear Hulk Archmage Charm. Yeah, this game's over.
Better.
Huh. Now you can't attack with. I mean, he's got the Gear Hulk, so he's gonna be okay here.
Still, there's Deadly Dispute on the eye twitch. Finally, one of these eye twitches does something besides just beat down. Although I shouldn't diss him too hard because Tim's down to 7 and it was mostly eye twitch damage.
Gear Hulk comes down.
Gear Hulk, the big heavy hitter.
Heavy hitter.
And what is it going to get back?
Archmage Charm. Steal the eye twitch. Do it.
Yeah, this prevents the card draw here from the
It's really nice. Yeah, I mean, still loses the creature out of the deal too.
Oh my gosh, Containment Breach gets rid of the Gear Hulk.
Yeah, Luca really doing a nice job with the Lesson and Learn package. Getting silver bullets here. But a Fonzie
going to 5 though.
Very nice. How the heck is Luca still on 3 lands? Look at the land disparity right now. Like, it's 9-3. Like, what happened? It was just all eye twitches.
But you know, that also means Luca's been playing a spell every single turn. It's just so many of them have been low impact, right? I mean, you're playing. It was just a bunch of
eye twitches.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of eye twitches. So
weird draw here from Luca. Just drawing the absolute cheapest cards over and over and over again. Ooh, another Gear Hulk there. That's got to be good news here for Tim McSaveny as
Archmage Charm, negate, censor, Gear Hulk. I'm pretty sure this game's just over.
Against an awkward draw from his opponent, Luca Moretti.
Gaining, okay. Yeah, that.
Yeah, Lucas pitches a perfect pain smile for this game, yeah.
Here, probably going to be targeting a Behold the Multiverse. Yeah.
And that is going to do it as we see Luca Moretti go to the concede stage of the game here. And what a comeback there for Tim McSaveny. A great win for him. He escaped that second game, Paul, with the, he's like, oh no, there's Bolas' Citadel, and somehow found a way to win by beating down. And a nice win there for him.
Gear Hulk beat down lethal.
Luca just drew a bunch of his low impact spells over the course of that game.
Yeah, I mean, that game 3 was just, he was almost never going to win that game just because of how awkward his draw was. Game 2 is the one that he's probably going to be looking back on thinking, man, I went for my Citadel, it resolved, and my deck basically just failed me for that one game.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it seemed like, Paul, overall, right? The deck just kind of failed him on those last 2 games. All right, well, we're going to take a short break. We'll come back with more right after this.
Man. All right, so I promised after that game we were going to see the new layout. So here it is. You guys can see this correctly. You guys see this, right? That was good, right? Man, that looks so good. You have to see it in dark mode? Light mode, it hurts my eyes. Then we have the odds one too. The one Jame VOD. Yeah? I changed this to the darker colored one because it's another channel. So much white, I'm blind. I'm blind! But yeah, this one has this background also, but also has this, the darker colored one. And then here's like literally every single stream in the past, I don't know how long. So make sure to sub to this YouTube channel if you'd like to see literally every stream that I've done in the past, I don't know how long. I'm literally starting from what, 6 months ago? A lot of streams. So it's good in dark mode, just doesn't blend like it does in regular. What do you mean blend? Oh, like the white on white next to this? Yeah, if you want to see my every single Twitch stream from start to finish, as you can see, they're hours long, and you miss one, or you liked one a lot and want to watch it again, make sure to subscribe to this VOD channel, the One Jame VODs on YouTube, and you can watch them back. But this is my main channel here. And we're gonna do. We have a couple videos in the pipeline already, so keep on the lookout for that. And let's go back to Magic.
Esper Sentinel into Thalia or Esper Sentinel into Luminarch Aspirant. It's like very hard then to even trade 1-for-1 for the Esper Sentinel, which is a 1-mana 1/1. So that can really make things challenging. And obviously, Collected Company is a card where, I mean, if you saw the match, I sort of played around it off the top every turn for like the last 4 turns of the game. I was just like throwing Thoughtseizes in the graveyard against what was almost definitely a land, just because if it was a Collected Company, I needed to be able to do something, right? And
yeah.
So if they ever draw that on the right turn, you can just lose on the spot, which also makes it kind of challenging.
Yeah, it's a frustrating card to play against, that's for sure. Well, Huey, congratulations for being 8-1. You got a lot of tournament ahead of you, but I love your historic deck and I love your chances. So good luck in the rest, buddy.
Thanks, Corey. Love you too.
Thanks, Corey. Love
we
you
love
too.
You, Huey. Good job. I'm so glad that you're doing well. What a great guy. That's William Hugh Jensen sitting at 8-1. Well, the most popular deck in Historic this weekend is Celestia Humans. How do the players in the tournament feel about bringing it this weekend or playing against it? We asked them. Let's listen in.
Yeah, right?
The defining element of Humans is the tribal synergy that gives it a lot of oomph. Its early creatures are all humans, Thalia's lieutenant buffs humans, and Adeline will make your board go wide with more humans, and that gives the deck a lot more punch than decks with all of the disruptive elements that it packs in usually gets to do.
I think Celestia Humans is kind of similar to a white-green Hate Bears out of Modern, because you've got your disruptive cards like that really kind of tax what control players or other players are trying to do, and you've got those interactive creatures, but it's also got a super quick clock.
The Celestia Human deck is able to leverage a mix of very fast aggressive creatures along with the slower disruptive ones to create sort of a really hard to answer game plan that also kills you really quickly.
Mono White Humans is about as versatile as an aggro deck gets. Yes, its goal is to attack you, but the ways that it's attacking your game plan at the same time as your life total differ for each matchup.
Celestia Humans is not a deck where you've got a ton of decisions until you reach like turns 3 and 4, because the deck plays a lot of 3-drops.
If you're not used to playing against Collected Company, it's a card that usually defines the whole game. There is a before Collected Company in the game, where you just face normal aggressive creatures, and then there is the phase where they stay open, and you have to think about every possible card they could hit out of company, and like usually you have to tell yourself it's going to be 2 good creatures, so you have to plan accordingly.
This deck definitely rewards people who are good at math and know how to do combat math, because especially with the Thalia's Lieutenant triggers, figuring out how big your creatures
terrible at math.
is a big part of the deck, and knowing how much damage you can deal in a single turn.
Celestia Humans is a deck that has some noticeable weaknesses. It tries to fight those weaknesses by playing disruptive elements like Thalia to make board wipes in particular, which are really brutal against it, cost more. I have found a little card called Kervik. It functions essentially as a board wipe without getting taxed, so I'm really hoping to exploit the deck through that.
Celestia requires you to think about which creature to play first, how to advance on the board, but also you have all the Collected Company little sub-games where you have to think about what you need to hit at specific points. And for example, an Elite Spellbinder on your opponent's draw step can be quite devastating.
Celestia Humans is, in my opinion, just the best deck in Historic. I found it to be just a really strong overall deck, and it's a feature deck. So it's just got a mix of everything, and I like it a lot.
I mean, I did put Celestia Humans in the top 3 when I was talking to someone about the story.
And that is a look at Celestia Humans. Welcome back to the virtual news. That's got Monty DeVuti and Corey Baumeister hanging out with me today as we set up round number 10 here at the Innistrad Championship. Let's find out who we're going to see do battle down in our feature match area. Ooh, a German match here. Kai Buddha versus Christian Hauck. Rakdos,
we get to see 2 players that started at 95.
Christian Hauck. Let's get to meet these players. I mean, Kai Buddha, does he need an introduction? I'll give him one.
71.8% win rate.
4-time player of the year, 7 titles. It's one of the greatest to play the game. Playing Rakdos Arcanist, 11 top finishes, 71.8% historic win rate. Take a look at Christian Hauck there in the Rivals League running Celestia Humans this weekend, 72.1% historic win rate, which is also awesome.
That's
Learn to play
insane.
Magic at
The
school.
72% win rate in Historic in 9,000 games, that's insane.
Since 1995. So let's take a look at these 2 decks here, Monty. Talk me through this matchup.
Maria, I've seen this movie before. In fact, we all have just last round, as this is William Hugh Jensen's teammate Kai Buddha in the exact same matchup that William just won. This Rakdos Arcanist deck is excellent at attacking your opponent's hand, but one of the issues that we have seen is they're not great against top decks, and with cards like Ranger Captain of Eos and Collected Company available for the Humans deck, sometimes they can struggle to keep up in the mid game when the Humans deck is playing off the top. Nonetheless, there is certainly ways to win the game for Rakdos Arcanist. For Humans, Christian Hauck is looking for redemption here after having just lost this matchup, and will really be relying on those power cards like Esper Sentinel and Thalia, as well as Hamlet Vanguard to try to get some of the job done, and can't stress the importance of Ranger Captain of Eos and Collected Company enough when we get to those mid-game stalls where he's empty-handed.
All right, that's a look at the decks, but what about our predictions? Let's find out who's going to win this round, at least in our minds. Corey Baumeister, you lead the field here. I'm a Palisade Giant. Womp womp. Who's going to win here?
Yeah, so Christian Hauck may have just lost this match, but it is a fact he has never lost back-to-back matches in this tournament, so I'm going for Christian Hauck.
All right, I mean, I can't argue with that. Monty, who are you picking?
I'm not one to learn from my mistakes, so I'll double down on Christian Hauck.
All right, and I, of course, learned from Monty's mistake, so I'm going to take Kai Buddha. That's how this works, okay? I got to get a chance here to get my numbers up. Play along at home, see if you do better than us at our predictions. We got round number 10 coming up here from the Innistrad Championship. Who's it going to be in the match of these 2 hard-hitting Germans, Kai Buddha or Christian Hauck? Find out when we come back.
Now we have a live look at Kai Buddha's house, where that refrigerator is definitely over $1,000. Nice looking at art wall from Christian Hauck's backdrop there. definitely more of like a, I feel like an $80 Target piece. This music's banger. Cat jam, cat jam, cat jam, cat jam, cat jam, cat jam, cat jam. Here's me at 54%. 72 since reset. Okay, resets are good. Mono Black Zomboids. 3 Lilianas. Interesting. I noticed that the Arcanist deck took out Stitcher Supplier. Breaker Horror making its way into Historic. Round 10.
Coverage of the Innistrad Championship, everybody. I am Ailey Loney alongside Cedric Phillips, and we have an absolute slugfest coming up next. It's going to be a repeat of what we just seen, but this time it's Kai Buddha versus Christian Hauck, Rakdos Arcanist versus Selesnya Company. Now, Cedric, do you think we're going to see anything different to what happened in the last round, or is it going to be much of the same?
I think there'll be one minor difference. Kai is going to win instead of William Huey Jensen. That's about the only difference. Unfortunately for Christian Hauck, who I think has just run into a very difficult matchup here. As much as I love this Selesnya Humans deck, I just don't think it's particularly well positioned in this matchup. I suppose this deck could draw enough collected companies to be able to keep up, but Kai's deck has plenty of spot removal and interaction to be able to kind of mess around with what they're trying to do. Though I suppose if you have no lands, it makes things very good.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to do stuff if you have no mana to cast your spells, but the second hand doesn't
This is
look
3
much
1-drop.
better, but at least we can cast stuff, so he's got that going for him.
I think there's some upside on taking another mulligan here if you're Kai. If you keep this hand, you're almost certainly putting Sorin back.
I know,
if you
right?
mulligan this, you can mulligan into I think a totally functional 5. No one likes mulligan to 5 cards, of course, but I think it's appropriate. But we'll see what Kai wants to do. For Hauck, hand is fine. It's not great. It's good enough. You've got a 1-drop. It's not the best 1-drop in this matchup, but you got a 1-drop. You've got other things to do. So, it looks like he's actually going to put Crokeyz back. Okay, as opposed to Sorin. I'm a little surprised by that, but ignoring that, I'm also a little surprised that he kept this hand. But he does have plenty of interaction. So we'll see how things do kind of shape up here with Kai on the play.
Yeah, just hope that the top of the library is kind to him and finds him that second land. Esper Sentinel, turn 1. There's another Haunted Ridge. It's a land. We'll take it. It's not the best, but hey, it's something. Now, here's the question. When do we start attacking the hand, and when do we get rid of the Sentinel?
I think I'm fine just taking a lick from this Sentinel. You know, it's not the fastest of clocks. It is, well, it gets annoying now that there's a...
But am I going to be on the PT soon?
Really
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, that was an excellent draw set there.
I'm not good enough to be on the Pro Tour.
The beatdowns on here.
Best I've ever done is second place in a PPTQ, though.
It's going to play Thalia, and now I'm curious if Kai will respond.
Dang, this Thalia is brutal.
Thalia, excuse me, you can't kill her. And she does.
Like, you kill the Esper Sentinel and make them draw a card, or you just, like, can't kill anything.
Just hang back and get it at the next turn round. Esper Sentinel is going to be the recipient of Unholy Heat. Draws a card for Christian Hauck, who finds a plane. So land number 3 online there for Hauck.
Yeah, and that's pretty huge, that draw step there for Halk off the Esper Sentinel. Really does turn the hand on now as far as Adeline and Ranger Captain Avios are concerned. One step closer to a collected company. Yes, company does cost 5 right now, excuse me, but chances of that remaining to be the case seem pretty low because at some point Kai probably has to get this Thalia off the battlefield.
Exactly right. Gonna look at the hand first with Inquisition of Kozilek and find a Giant Killer Adeline or a Ranger Captain of Eos. Now, what sucks the most here for the Arcanist player?
Well, you can see Kai's face there. This is the same face that I'm making that you can't see, which is this is a painful Inquisition because there are a couple different cards to select here. Ranger Captain of Eos and
I don't think you care about Giant Killer, but like Ranger Captain and Adeline are both
insane.
insane.
Giant Killer is really in the equation. Adeline's the scariest card. So
yeah, another Ranger Captain.
Adeline gets taken care of though. Ranger Captain can go and find a 1-drop. Let's see what he fishes out from the library. Will it be another Esper Sentinel? It sure will be. So now just needs to find land number 4 to get things rocking here. Ooh.
Yikes.
No land though.
Yeah, that one is a stinker. It's going to cost 4, first of all, and go blank, and second of all, not really the matchup that it's meant for here against Lesnie Humans. So arguably Kai's worst draw step.
Yeah. Not what he wanted to see. There's the Croxa. Does that do anything though right now?
But like, I guess you could just unholy heat the Thalia and then like, I don't know, this is really bad. Hope to draw a land.
Yeah, the advantage here for Halk
then
is
Seasoned Pyromancer away, Croxa and the Go Blank.
Make another land so you can play multiple spells.
Make 2 1/1s, draw a land, next
and it's
turn
also
after that, cast Sorin.
Mana, nice. So, yep, the advantage bar is moving on up, folks, because Halk can play multiple spells in a turn, and he's got green mana available for Collected Company if and when we get to that point. So, really good draw step there for Halk.
Yeah, Kai is a legend.
Sunpetal Grove will be able to turn on that Collected Company. Talia is going to get taken care of, so Coco will be a go-go with the 4th land coming on down. And who knows, might even find another Talia.
Yeah, it wasn't going to
best draw ever right now is just an untapped land.
So Thalia's got to get off. Thalia's got to be taken care of. It is taken care of now, but Kai is still in some serious trouble here because just 2 3/3s, ignoring the text on Ranger Captain, which is quite a bit and quite good. 2 3/3s are just quite good right now.
Yeah. And another Esper Sentinel brought to hand here, so Taxman has come knocking.
Such a good draw.
There's a Blood Crypt, so land number 3 for Kai.
Just go Seasoned Pyromancer, discard those 2, make 2 1/1s.
12, Seasoned Pyromancer will hit the battlefield.
And that was by far the best draw.
Some
I mean, best draw ever would be probably be like a single basic land.
Reserved.
Nothing too great there off the Seasoned Pyromancer and Blood Crypt and Dreadhorde Arcanist. Collected Company, I wouldn't be surprised to see cast main phase here.
Yeah,
there are some real premium hits. That is really not one of them. So that's a bad break for Halk and a good break there for Kai. Kai's still pretty far behind in this game, but to see that Collected Company be so poor, pretty good news for him.
Yeah, that was not great. At least he found something though. Luminarch Aspirant can put a counter
Kai
on the Esper Sentinel to make the
keeping the Sorin and not mulliganing the Sorin away on a 1-lander was very, very smart.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised to see that. Double block makes a lot of sense too. You take 3, go to 9. You get to make a little bit of a trade right now too.
Yeah, one of these no non-creature spells for you. Cards taken care of. As we'll see a second Esper
Sentinel is insane.
Den of the Bugbear is the draw step for Kai. If he wants to get Sorin out, it will cost another 2 life to do so.
And
might need to do it though, just to get that.
You just cast
that vampire.
Cast Croxa, I guess.
This is a little bit interesting here. I guess I would say if there are enough cards in the graveyard, you can get back Croxa.
Yeah.
And cause Halk to discard the answer to Croxa.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
So that's pretty good. You've stabilized the battlefield at 7. You've got the best thing going on. And now, if you're Kai, you just kind of got to hope.
And then if Kai just like plays Sorin, that's not going to be good.
It's another Talia, so not the worst.
Sorin's not going to be good because then the Esper Sentinel gets to draw a card each.
Whiff in this circumstance.
Now, I'm curious is how many copies of Giant Killer do we have in the main? Just 1. So that was the one answer to the Croxa until Brutal Cathar shows up to the party.
if you're how can you rationalize any attacks here? You do get a Luminarch Aspirant trigger, and I think that's what Hauck is thinking right now, which is, can I afford to just say, you know what, everybody into the red zone, there will be some trades, yada, 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 and I have a creature to play post-combat.
Because what, it'll be 3 damage?
Like, if
Down
you're
to
Hauck,
4?
you just, like,
You attack with
play him with everything?
Kai has a, like, if you put the counter on Esper
Unicorn-shaped pasta.
you shove with everything.
Who buys
Probably just have to go
unicorn
1/1
pasta?
in front of 1/1. So Elemental in front of Luminarch Aspirant. And then probably Crokeyz in front of... You can make an argument for Esper Sentinel or Ranger Captain. If you put Crokeyz in front of Ranger Captain, you go down to 3. You have your Crokeyz against 2 Esper Sentinels, as far as you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're at 3, you have a 6/6 against 2 2/2s, and then Thalia comes down, and then it's a 6/6 against 3 2-power creatures when you're at 3, so you're conceivably facing lethal. This is a really hard decision to make if you are Christian to attack with everything, and he's not going to. He's just going to play Thalia and pass the turn back.
I like it. Gonna try and get the win with 1 swing. Den of the Bugbear is the land here.
All right, that's the Inquisition, so you have a good...
Sorin, but now Sorin's more expensive, so...
No, you still get them to draw off the
life-linking
Inquisition. There's no
vampire
cards in
to save the
hand.
day. Just Dreadhorde Arcanist. As
Arcanist,
the playable
then
Inquisition
pass.
Kozilek has nothing to hit right now.
Big draw step here again for Hauck, as Kai is continuing trying to stabilize.
Whoa.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, that's
Pretty
big.
good.
Wow.
That's a big
That's a 11/11?
Yeah, not bad.
Wow.
That seems pretty good.
Wow.
Say hi.
Yep, that's not what Kai wanted to see.
Holy crap.
Oh, that's glorious.
Oh, man.
Hamlet Vanguard has impressed here this weekend.
Yeah. I wasn't super sure about this card, especially if you top deck it and there's no battlefield, but in situations like this, absolutely awesome to see.
All right, I guess they're going to draw 2 cards off the Sentinels, but what are you going to do if you're Kai?
Yep, that's the fear, right? Because now 2 cards are coming.
Ooh.
You just gotta,
nice.
If you're Kai, you just gotta hope that he whiffs on those hits.
Use a vampire in the battlefield. Can jump in the way of one of these creatures.
There's going to be a land
and
played
gain
here
some
from
life.
Kai, probably.
Still think Hauck heavily advantaged right now because he's got a lot of good
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, he forgot.
Oopsies.
Yeah, that one's a mistake. That one's a mistake by Kai. Playing
he forgot about the Thalia.
With the thought that he could play
Dang.
Inquisition of Kozilek, but he can't because of Thalia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's leaking away 2 points there, unfortunately, for the German Juggernaut.
What's an all-out swing here equal?
4 blocks, biggest creatures, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4
There's
damage.
gonna be some lifelink to work in the equation. So let's put Kai at a.
I was like 3. I was like 3 if this attack
7
all.
because of lifelink. An all-out swing is probably 11/11 gets chump blocked by 1/1. Crokeyz eats something 2/3. Doesn't get the best of blocks because Esper Sentinels are 3/3s now, and then Dreadhorde Arcanist doesn't really get the best of blocks either. So I can rationalize attacking with.
Yeah, Escort does keep the 11/11 alive for a long
I guess
time.
1/3 goes in front of Thalia.
Jeez.
Might just make some sense just to attack with just Hamlet Vanguard. I don't love it. You like to do more than that.
It would get some blockers out the way, but I like it. Push the
All right.
big
Ooh, baby.
red button. Christian Hauck is saying, okay, I've had enough. Let's get this show on the road. Swing with everything.
So there's your first block. There's your second block. You get 6/6 in front of one of the 3/3s. And then 1/3 in front of a 3/3, and then you're taking 5. My math is.
Do you block the Luminarch with the... Who live this way?
Let's do that.
3,
There,
6.
6.
Yeah?
It's
Man,
because you
imagine if
succeed
Kai
that
was at
makes
7.
attack.
Imagine if Kai was at 7.
Thinking he could cast Inquisition. It's pretty brutal. But remember the lifelink. So again, Kai is at 7 in quotes.
Yeah.
So when all is said and done, Kai would go down to 1.
That is correct.
Okay. And he'd keep his 2/3 lifelinker. So
And maybe Soren gets another 2/3 lifelinker?
Has Hauck made a poor attack? All Kai loses here is the 1/1 elemental. That's it.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
That's not awful.
If Kai comes back from this, that'll be insane. How's Vegas? Oh my gosh, Vegas was
potentially
absurdly insane.
Kai could stabilize here.
You can check my Twitter.
Kai too.
You can check my Twitter to see
And at the very
all my
Soren
Vegas
able to
pictures.
help
They're all up
filter a
on there.
little bit? Granted, won't be able to get anything but land off the top of the library, otherwise it hurts.
Yeah.
Beating all the people from Vegas was just
I'm
like so
gonna
worth going.
confirm, and just to make sure these are the blocks he wants to make. So target creature you control with a +1/+1 counter, indestructible. Sure. So this happens, yada yada yada. Okay. Kai loses the elemental. There's the battlefield.
Their blocker.
Chump blocker.
Hmm.
Does Kai decide to draw a card?
Soren can also make another vampire with a -2. I don't know if you'd be interested in that right now, though. Because there's no manlands to worry about. You just have 4 creatures on the other side of the battlefield, and you've got a bunch of chumpers that can jump in the way. And Crocs is eating all of the little guys.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna assume if you're Kai that your opponent's card is a brick. If it's company, you can't win anyway, so don't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And what else would Christian be holding? Is the question you'd ask. If you drew any creature, you would have played it. So if I'm Kai right now, I say, okay, the card in hand is just it's like 99% to be a land, whatever. So I'm gonna take my turn with that in mind and figure out.
You attack with Kroxa?
It might be vampire. I mean, I'd like to keep Soren around, but
yeah, Soren. It would be great if Kai could get himself into
the thing is, with Soren, you don't have to draw the card. You could just look at it.
I think we'd see Christian hold
you just
back
look at the card. And if it's a land, you just draw it.
Run Kai over, basically.
Really curious if Kai can afford to make an attack with the 2/3. To like go up to 3, and then you make a 2/3. You make a 2/3 vampire. You play a 1/3. Might be better just to not attack at all.
No attack.
Yeah, he's gonna hang back. Thraben Inspector, not a bad draw.
That's a good draw.
Give the clue token to give another look on top of the library here for Christian.
There's a lot to like about this draw. It's a body when your opponent's at 1. It's a new card.
I think Kroxa holding Kroxa back.
That's
lots to like about that draw.
Blocks the Esper Sentinel. How else is Kai supposed to get rid of the Sentinel?
And grab Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, making attacks.
But yeah, that was
better
insane.
For Christian Hauk. What a draw off of that clue token. Good job, Thraben Inspector.
Yeah, one of the best white 1-drops of all time, paying off there.
All right, so Kai is effectively at 5. Can take 3 and double block one of these pesky creatures.
Yeah, you nailed it. So there's your easy block. There's your double, and here's your single. So gonna lose both the Arcanists. Gonna lose.
It's probably over.
Gonna have a vampire left.
Yep.
Up to 2. I don't even know what the best draw is now.
Definitely not that.
That's not it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not going to cut it, unfortunately. Even with the Den of the Bugbear available to block, it's just bad news bears for the German Juggernaut, as we're going to go to sideboards here. And, wow, I mean, game number 1, you kind of have to win it as a Selesnya player, because I'm pretty sure things get a little better for Kai post-board.
Well, Kai's got a bunch of goodies to bring in. You can see the graphic. That's going to assist us here with Feed the Swarm, Noxious Grasp, Flame Blessed Bolt, Kalagun's Command, 2 copies of Witch's Vengeance, and a Chandra, and able to get some lesser cards out. We saw how poor that Go Blank was in that game.
Yeah.
Soren's not really at its best. Soul Guide Lantern's horrible. It's not a Crokeyz matchup. It's not really a Thoughtseize matchup. So bad cards going out, some really good cards coming in. On a Hauk side of things, a little bit of removal here and there with Skyclave Apparition. Rest in peace, because Kai's deck does use the graveyard as an extension of his hand. And then the Portable Hole is just...
I mean, that Go Blank's crazy.
It's utility. It's not great. There's going to be times when it's great.
Considering that Jeskai control and a lot of other control decks utilize the graveyard,
why you would bring it in.
it's not that crazy.
Kai's deck gets appreciably better after sideboard.
And also, like, mirror
Hauk,
matches.
Just gets some minor tweaks.
Like, considering that they're a part of a playtesting team and they're all playing the same deck,
almost happy with
like, it almost seems like Go Blank is a tech against people that you already tested
Another
with.
Portable Hole is going to join the fray. Talia's getting cut down a little bit.
Also good against Phoenix, yeah.
We're going to go into game number 2 here between these 2 German superstars. And let's see who can improve their record here at the Innistrad Championship. Let's take a look at these opening hands. Wow, that's a really nice one there for Hauk.
Yeah, it's a nice hand for Hauk. It's a slow one out the gate here for Kai. So I think you see the look from him of
yeah, the
really,
head shake. He's like,
I mean, he's on the play, but boy, is he slow out the gate, right? So, and this is even more difficult because if Hauk doesn't have Esper Sentinel, see, it's not bad, right? You start with Fabled Passage.
I feel like
okay,
for Hauk,
Hauk
this
does
is a
nothing on
snap
one,
keep. Oh my
maybe a
gosh.
Sacred Inspector, sure. You sacrifice Fabled Passage, you go get a Swamp 9, position you on
Oh my
2. But
gosh.
because it's Esper
This
Sentinel,
hand for Hauk is
then position's
actually
gonna net
busted.
Hauk a card. And that's
Wow.
pretty darn frustrating. So,
I mean, at least you get to see the card.
sure. If we're keeping it positive, you are right. You get to see how dead you are. Yeah.
Oh no, he's gonna keep it, much to his chagrin. But let's jump in here and get this underway.
That's definitely a hand
down.
sucks to keep
Esper
hand.
Sentinel as the start here for Hauk, and Kai doesn't love to see it.
It's a really good first draw step there for Hauk as well, and Thalia's Lieutenant.
Fatal
Not
push.
a bad draw step there for Kai and Fatal Push.
Nice. Unfortunately, can't do two things this turn though with the tap lands, Fabled Passage, and Haunted Ridge. And there comes the Luminarch Aspirant.
Are we going to push now? Well, I guess wait for the trigger. Right. Big.
Yeah.
Gonna use my head here. Use my noggin. Now are we going to push?
Yeah, I mean, gotta preserve life total, right? Gotta get this Esper Sentinel off the battlefield.
I feel like you want the Sentinel to die without them drawing, but like it's so hard to do.
Yeah, this is, you can just see, just Esper Sentinel, just all by itself. Just so annoying. Just so darn annoying.
Even more annoying in multiples. Okay, Skyclave Apparitions, the draw.
Kai gonna sack that passage. I gotta imagine it's gonna be a red mana.
Yep, want to be able to get Pyromancer and Chandra going. Another Thoughtseize.
Surprised Thoughtseize is in the deck post board, but Thoughtseize is the only card that can actually get Blunted Company out of the hand. What do you take here?
So there's a lot to weigh here. I'm gonna try to go one by one. There's multiple copies of Adeline, so you really can't poke a hole in that. Aspirant is something to do if he doesn't draw a land. Thalia's Lieutenant is something to do if you don't draw a land, but you're probably going to go to Luminarch Aspirant as opposed to Thalia, given what the battlefield looks like. Ranger or Captain of Eos can bring a card along with it. There's a myriad of options there for Hauk, but that's something you have to think about if you're.
I think the Luminarch Aspirant you take, right?
And Skyclave Apparition, there's nothing for it to kill right now. There are cards in your hand that it could kill. Example, Magmatic Channeler. So there's also this risk of like, do I want to play the Channeler and it can get Apparition? Right? So there's a lot of things to think about.
I feel like you play the Jailer because even if it gets Apparition, at least they don't have Apparition for your Crossbow.
It's not. It's a company.
Alright, so this Thoughtseize is going to take the Coco, probably.
Kai's going to be happy about that. Thalia's Lieutenant will hit the battlefield, put a counter on Luminarch Aspirant, who's going to start practicing self-love, self-care, giving the counter to itself, and swinging in for 3.
And the plan there, as Unholy Heat is the draw, was please don't draw a third land.
Yes.
And if I can make it out of this turn, just that one turn without drawing a third land, I'm probably going to be okay, right? And now Kai, I think, is doing okay in this game and starting to, it's early, but I'll say start to turn the corner a little bit.
Fourth land would have been super, super nice, but having a Seasoned Pyromancer here, being able to filter through the cards in hand, gonna discard a couple things. Goodbye, Chandra. Still no
Getting rid of Chandra does put the Unholy Heats to 4.
On right now, so 6 damage coming via those 2 spells.
You discard an Unholy Heat with Magmatic Channeler to try to draw land? I don't think so.
That's really important that Hauk draws a third land. Yeah, okay.
Oh, no land!
We got the first reaction out of him. He has not been terribly emotive all weekend, and that's incredibly frustrating. And with good reason. I feel you, buddy.
Oh, my goodness me. Super unfortunate for Christian Hauk not finding his land. Kai also not finding his 4th land, but still looking a fair bit better at the moment.
Yeah, because it's so much worse for Hauk to miss there than it is for Kai. Hauk is the kind of deck that doesn't want to play, like, he doesn't want to play in the long game. That favors Kai, right? And so as we kind of, basically, the point I want to illustrate here is the third land now, if it's drawn next turn, it may be too late, right? Because Now, yep, if Kai finds a land, then he's got a planeswalker on the battlefield. He's got ways to defend the planeswalker, like all this other stuff. Where the third land,
full-handed
now,
gas,
the
no
holding
third
heat's
land
on,
just
so
feels
whenever you
like
play
me.
with your third land, okay, kill that, untap, draw, blah, right? So the third land really needed to be there. Truth be told, that turn.
Yeah. And I like Kai's thinking now. He's seen that Christian is in big, big trouble, and he's just going to clear the battlefield here potentially and just start smacking.
Yeah, if he wants to get turbo aggressive, he can. And your Chandler is a 4/4, so yeah, you can just go, all right, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8, yeah.
Put you to 10. Your 3 drops aren't that great defensively.
Land?
And if you brick, it's over. Yeah, it's just over. It's just over.
Not like this. Christian is thinking to himself, very unfortunate draws here. Just the Esper Sentinel down to chump block. You're going to jump in the way of this Magmatic Channeler, or does he want to try and get something off the battlefield here? Nope. Going to try and stem the bleeding. Down to 6 he goes. Does he find land? It's Luminarch Aspirant. That's not going to cut it. Inquisition of Kozilek. Still no more lands.
You gotta check here just to make sure if you Witch's Vengeance, you don't want to mess yourself. You don't want to mess yourself up here a little bit. You're pretty.
There's 2 humans on the battlefield.
Yeah, you're pretty. You're pretty far ahead. Just take a moment, make sure.
Don't do that.
Yep.
Down to 2 goes Hauk. He's going to be Inquisitioned here. Kai's going to take a look and see what problem cards.
Wow, Kai's just laughing.
Apparition is the target, and we're going to go to
No
game number 3 here.
land.
Yeah, even Kai's shaking his head. He can't believe it.
Well, for Hauk there, when it rains, it pours. Never do the third land. As an aggressive player, I've been there, right? You keep a 2. Especially
I feel like Kai.
I've been there for.
I was like, I stole that.
You keep a 2-lander.
Yeah.
You're on the draw. You have an Esper Sentinel. Sure, that's gonna almost certainly draw you card. Assuredly, I'll draw a third land.
Yeah, right. Statistically, it's very likely I'll.
The numbers dictate it's coming. Eventually, okay, never.
Yep. Nope. You kind of have to survive to the eventually, but I do enjoy that both players were able to have a
10 years after the event of 2054, the peasants of Gametown joined the rebellion against James the One Chamber III and declared he shall never own another tract of land. From then on, is not drawn another land card.
Is now sitting at 8-1 and would love to be at 9-1. But he has to get through the German juggernaut, the Hall of Famer, the former world champion, and Kai Buddha. Not an easy task.
Hauk not in love with this hand but can't send it back. You're playing against a deck that has a lot of discard, so you're not going to mulligan looking for 1, 2, 3 in my opinion. So you're just a little slower out of the gate. If you're Kai, probably pretty happy you don't have to worry about Esper Sentinel again.
So I have a question for you, Cedric.
Hit me.
Christian's hand's not that great. You said so, but there are 3
Actually,
lands in it. How much of
No, it's
an
great.
effect does
His hand
game
is good.
2's draws have on game 3?
0.
0.
That was then, this is now. That's all. That has no effect on him whatsoever. The hand is playable that he's kept here. It's not the top of his hand, like of his range of opening hands. We've seen those of Sentinel and Nathalia, yada yada yada. It's a fine hand, but you know that your hand is functional against a deck that has a lot of discard, so you keep and you just play.
Cool.
That's it.
One game at a time. Inquisition of Kozilek gonna take a look ski here and find Apparition Adeline
That's
times
such
2
a good
yet
hand.
again. And
Yep.
another
Can't poke a hole in the Adeline puzzle here because he has 2. So there's some comfort in there.
Yeah. There's an answer in the Noxious Grasp, though, for the next turn round when she does eventually.
What if you
hit
take
battlefield,
Adeline
so
and then Noxious the other
there's
one?
like some comfort in that.
Yeah, that's what I was
One of the
thinking.
copies is going to get gone, and Unholy Heat is eyeing out that Aspirant.
Kai waiting. Okay.
Oh, let's go. Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. Coming on down. Unholy Heat in response. Luminarch Aspirant taken care of. And no attack trigger here to get that 1/1 token.
They command good here.
Now this game looks a lot more like how Kai would like to draw it up. There's no Sentinel, there's no Thalia. He has to kind of just cast his spells and do his stuff. Not really worry too much. And now if you're Hauk, your hand's not very good. Now, 4th mana source is nice in case you draw Collected Company #1, but for the most part, your hand's not particularly good. You got an Aspirant, which is just a little baby. Giant Killer, which isn't doing all that much. Apparition.
Do you just go like
doesn't have a target right
Aspirant,
now.
Giant
will
Killer,
down the
tap land,
road.
go?
But yeah, Kai's at 21. Right? This isn't how you want it to look. Because again, the longer the game goes, the better it is for the red-black player, the planeswalkers, and everything else.
Big thanks here.
Then if
from
you're Kai,
Christian
you just
Haug
win the game because of
deciding
that.
what he wants
Like
to
it's
deploy
just
this turn. As you
like
mentioned,
Kai's
Killer's not
just
doing a
so
whole
far
lot,
ahead right now.
but
I think
can
Hauk
come
is
down
gonna
and
have
be
to like
annoying.
go like Coco into Coco, like win
Tap
this
some
game.
stuff.
I kind of want to hold it. Make it seem like I have a spell.
Land off the top here for Kai Buddha. There's a couple of options this turn round. He's gonna go
You just
to Kogan's
discard
command,
damage.
though.
Like deal 2 to Aspirant, discard a card, and then there's a Giant Killer.
And we'll see the discard.
Gross.
Brutal.
Then your Giant Killer just gets
out
outclassed by Pyromancer or Dreadhorde Arcanist.
Just a 2/3, which is manageable. Portable Hole has no targets right now. Giant Killer
Yeah.
gonna swing on in.
Portable hold
Wow.
that one. It's kind of like I said in the sideboarding. It has its moments, but there will be times when it's quite poor too.
We'll be able to get the Dreadhorde Arcanist here. Seasoned Pyromancer is free and clear. There's a second
Second
copy
Arcanist
of,
is great.
Dreadhorde Arcanist. Temple Gardens draw no Coco yet for Christian Hauk.
I got bad news. I got bad news, Hauk fans.
Yeah, I think it's over.
It's not looking hot.
I got bad news.
I mean, yeah, it's a little fun here, but I think it's over.
Ahead with a lot to do with his mana.
I want to see Hauk's reaction to
Dead
second
above
Arcanist.
there. There's a
Okay, no
Pyromancer
reaction.
in the graveyard. He's got no shortage of things to do. Again, if you're rooting for Hauk, he's got to peel off like running Cocos right now.
Yeah.
And they got
Yeah, I was
really good.
he just said the same thing I said. You got to peel off running Cocos.
That's
And
not
a
bad.
Skyclave Apparition at the top. That's all right. That does prevent the Dreadhorde Arcanist from swinging. Giant Killer would do the same thing. So who do you target here? Seasoned Pyromancer that gets you value later. Or is it the Arcanist?
I think I like the Arcanist. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Hey,
I
give
like
me
it.
give me a taste.
I like it.
Give me a little taste.
Just a little love tap.
Yeah.
And for 2, down to 17 goes Kai, another Den of the Bugbear. Got plenty of those now.
Yeah, one of the things that's nice about this Rakdos deck.
I mean, I think you just like
not every deck in the format gets to play him.
just get in.
This deck does, and it plays him quite well.
Back with Pyromancer and Den of the Bugbear
maybe the
attack.
best of the
Maybe they
bunch.
block, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
Play second Den of the Bugbear. It looks like Kai's going for Season Pyromancer though.
Pretty decently statted land as well.
Oh, main
And
phase?
block for you. Seasoned Pyromancer from the graveyard will be exiled, creating 2 more elementals. Esper
I guess it doesn't really matter,
You're
but
a
like
little late.
Yeah, you kind of missed
I'm
your
all-
call time, bud.
I'm already torn. That card. Not
I thought
so
about
much
ever
on
getting into
turn
Magic
eight.
Online. Yes, I've thought about
We
it.
just gave our ages away because I understood that reference.
Natalie and Bruglia, baby!
Cool spell.
Ooh, Flame Blast Bolt's kind of nifty. Can kill the Skyclave Apparition, get a 2/2, or kill the Esper Sentinel.
I don't know,
Attacks
but number
isn't
one,
really
it's
that
more
relevant right now,
it's more
though,
money,
with
and
all
number
this mana
2,
up.
Yeah. It's just a tough road to hoe right now.
like I've never streamed Magic Online
Again,
before,
it's
so I
gotta
probably
start
get
with
less
the
viewers than
companies,
normal.
Plural. I hate to say, but I think that's really the best way back into it. It's just kind of running companies.
All right, Hauk, if you have a 1 time left in reserve, now's a good time to use it. Let's see. Giant Killer on the end step, gonna tap down the Seasoned Pyromancer, allow his creatures to get swinging.
Wow.
Tali's Lieutenants. That's
right,
not
well.
too shabby.
You could do worse. You can make these creatures a little bit bigger, the Sentinel and the Giant Killer. Not the Apparition, of course. Apparition's an honorary human.
Yeah, yeah. It looks human. It was human at one point, right?
It's true. It's true.
That's, I guess. It's just haunting people and turning them into little things.
Kai kind of taking it. I don't know if I want to say conservative. I mean, you activate Den of the Bugbear, it just gets tapped out by Giant Killer, so you're not really doing much there, potentially, I guess.
But the
I guess
approach
you can
Christian's
go-
taken so far has been to swing with this killer, so I'm interested if it'll sit back now.
Yeah, I guess you can go attacks. Kai can declare attack step.
Like Giant Killer untapped every
and
turn.
then Bugbear gets activated.
With that
Maybe this
lieutenant
is
there.
fine, because if Bugbear
Like,
into a 3/4
if
now,
Kai Buddha ends up just not drawing much, not going to be
So
very
nice
good for
bolt on
Kai.
the instep here for Kai. Where does he want to send it? Guessing it's going to be the Sentinel, but nope, we're going to go for the Skyclave Apparition. Can pay the 2.
that.
And a 2/2 joins the battlefield of Kai.
Still find Kai to be slightly ahead here. Better draw steps on average. That's a whiff.
Yuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Kai has better draw steps on average. There's
We
cards
might
like
just be even
Inquisition
up.
and Thoughtsease in the deck. And Christian just has a
Doesn't take
bunch
much-
of
It
creatures.
doesn't take much for Houck to get back in.
Wow,
This.
freaking land.
Plains doesn't help.
I mean, it honestly doesn't take much for Christian to get into this either. There's a Thalia's on the board.
Keep dropping lands here.
Like, there's Giant Killer. Oh my gosh, never mind. Okay.
That's a magic card.
Yeah.
Wow, that might have been one of the best draws in the deck.
Start whooping some snoots here. This Croxa Titan of Death's Hunger going to come on down and do 3. Can he escape it? Yeah. It's got enough to win.
So yeah, you can do this. Houck's gonna take 6, right? Both triggers. But you do have it. You do have it on lock in quotes, thanks to Giant Killer tapping it.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Christian Houck still holding steady here. Just biding his time until he can find that collected
So
company.
the Croxa's never going to get to attack.
Slight advantage to Kai. Come on, green card.
Croxa's never going to get to attack.
Come on, green card.
Come on, green card.
That is a Luminarch Aspirant.
It's another thing in the way. It's okay.
Gross Lieutenant, Gross presumably Sentinel. Yep.
Try to
Giant
get
Killer
some
has
value.
Cross
Look at the top decks here.
What is these?
Like,
all right, I'm loving this. I'm loving this actually, because now I'm just toggling the advantage bar. I had slight advantage Kai. I'm bringing us back to even now.
Like he was saying that the better top deck was Kai, and I just don't think that. Like Inquisition and Thoughtseize are at multiple copies in the deck, and they do absolutely nothing. Christian Houck's deck is filled with creatures. The fact that they even drew Plains last turn was unlucky. Every single card off the top for Houck is going to be playable. Besides like a land, and there's already 6 in play. There's a Giant Killer tapping their Croxa every turn. There's a Luminarch Aspirant on board. Kai's not going to be able to attack for like either attack now or probably don't attack ever again with the +1/+1 counters. I honestly just think that he was like misevaluating what was going on here.
Say, I don't care if it dies because I can make 2 more 1/1s.
Because the attack back is not hell of impressive.
No. Esper Sentinel, okay, eat there. Aspirant, nothing. So you take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, yeah, Witch's Vengeance would have ended the game, but there's only like 1 or 2 Witch's Vengeance in Kai Buddha's deck. And there's a lot more discard spells than there are Witch's Vengeances. But yeah, remember when I was like, do you attack with Den of the Bugbear here? That was like 3 turns ago. I feel like that should have been the attack there. And then Kai decided not to attack at all. But yeah, Kai is an infinitely better player than I am, so maybe he thought of something different.
Giant Killer is on lock for crypto. We're done. Are we?
Okay.
Hey, that's humans.
Just name
That's
Nice.
So that kills Lieutenant with Aspirant.
Pay the 4.
And Sentinel.
Draw company 1 time. Never mind.
He could pay the 4, which is Vengeance.
Oh,
Going after the humans here.
So if you tap Crokeyz, Sentinel blocks. I don't think this is over, right? Am I wrong?
Sentinel dies. It's a human as well, isn't it?
No, it's it's a 1/1.
Right.
Well, yeah, but Crokeyz gets to do the 1 day. It's game over. Oh wait, no, the Crokeyz is tapped. Never mind.
These bozos attack.
Those get in.
I mean,
you go to 1.
Do you go to 1? Question mark. Probably not.
Yes, you go to 1.
How do you survive?
You can't survive either way. You can't survive either way. Game's over.
Okay.
Well,
unless there's a Coco off the top.
That's actually not good. So company's actually, this is weird. It's like not good now because you draw company. You can't company plus activate Giant Killer.
No, you company into Ranger Captain plus Skyclave Apparition. Apparition gets rid of the Croxa. Ranger Captain gets to add a card to hand to not die to the Croxa, and then you block 3/1/1s and you survive.
Giant Killer taps Croxa. That's your 2 mana. You draw company. You have to. So it's basically I have to draw company. Come on, gosh! Why doesn't he ever draw company? Why?
Come on, where is
Why?
this card?
Why doesn't he ever draw company?
That the line that I just said was the line to win, but not gonna happen anymore.
Super unlucky. Feed the Swarm is the draw. Not gonna matter though. Den of the Bugbear is gonna pop on up. Croxa is gonna get tapped down most likely, and we are gonna see Kai Buddha pick up the win here against Christian Hauk. Oh,
I really
man,
liked his play of going to 1.
Mm.
Because if he draws company there and hits appropriate.
Man, Christian going 8-0 and then losing twice in a row to the same exact deck, it's gotta feel bad.
Super unfortunate. The two Germans, though, do tie up their records both at 8-2 now, so very respectable. Looking for that magic 12 wins to lock up your spot in the top 8. Any final thoughts on that matchup there? You said Kai was going to win, and he did.
I do think it's favorable for the Rakdos Arcanist deck. It was a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be, but it actually ended up being a really fun and back and forth third and final game, which I'm actually quite thankful for. But at the end of the day, I do think it's a really tough matchup for Hauk and Selesnya Humans. So kudos to Kai. Another W. First of, not first, but one of many.
Another one of many Ws.
Yes.
We're gonna.
Yeah, first of many. Yeah. All right, Raphael Levy versus Riku Kumagai. We're gonna have to watch that one while we raid Magic stream because I gotta go to work. So, thank you all for hanging out. We're gonna go ahead and go over there. Raid Magic. Have a good rest of your day, guys. I gotta go to work, but it was fun hanging out, watching those games. I'll be back tomorrow, starting with a deck donation deck, a deck submitted deck. But give them a "Let's go" emote in the chat if you're a Jamer. You're subbed. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your day. See you next time. Bye. But by next time, I mean tomorrow. Who's gang? Out. Let's go.